Good morning, Ghana. Good morning, the rest of the world. And good morning to our viewers. And good morning to my team here. Good morning to would be our clients. Good morning to our partners. And good morning from Forever to Deacon Harry. And good morning to God Almighty. Good morning to my colleague in the studio with me this morning, Francisca Afrakumaintori. She joins me this morning. We'll be having a teaser. She'll bring us the weather and its updates as we soldier on for God and for country this morning. Also bring you up to speed with the situations on our roads, traffic. Then we venture into our scripture focus. You know, as usual, we need to go seek the face of the Almighty God, the giver of life, making it possible to wake us up this morning. So, good morning. In Ghana, Obake, welcome. Akwaba. A weasel. Amaraba. So that those are the times for us to turn our attention to look at all the happenings across the country this morning. Today is Wednesday. It's a midweek edition of the morning focus live and direct from our studios here on the 10th Avenue Extension, Greater Estate, Nungwa Adogono. So, a good morning to you once again. So, wherever you are, the sound of our voice, it's a beautiful midweek edition of the morning focus live and direct from our studios here on the 10th Avenue Extension, Greater Estate, Nungwa Adogono. Now, I want to thank all of you for keeping faith with us. Good morning to everyone on the road as well. We're going to the road. Also, be turning our attention to look at the weather and its update. Like I said earlier, we're having some guests in the studio later today. We'll be telling us what their position when it comes to the national policy focus. We'll be turning our attention to have that conversation with them later this morning. So if you are just joining us, once again, we say welcome to a beautiful day. The morning focus, your trusted start to the day right here on MBN TV. I am El Samuels, and this morning we bring you the stories, the issues, and also the conversations that matters to you, your family, your community, and the future of our country. From the state of Ghana's economy and then the question of public debt to the environmental protection. Don't forget the public services, education, and political future of the opposition New Patriotic Party following its regional election. We will examine the issues beyond the headlines. We'll also bring you the latest weather situation, like I said, traffic updates across our major cities and the day's news papers, our scripture focus, and the wisdom of Africa through the African proverb will also come. And as well, your voices matters. So keep sending your comments, your questions on WhatsApp and SMS throughout the program. We bring you your views into the conversation. This is Morning Focus on MBN TV. And so let's begin this morning. Go straight away with Afrakumaintori, who will bring us the weather. And don't forget that when it comes to before the weather, you can look at our scripture, Proverbs 21, verse 3. The NIV says, to do what is right and just is more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice. The scripture reminds us that good intentions are not enough. What matters is whether our actions produces justice, fairness, and righteousness. For a nation, this principle is particularly important. We can make policies, announce programs, build institutions, and spend public money. But the real question is, are these actions making life better and creating justice for the ordinary people? Leadership is ultimately measured not by the number of promises we made, but by the integrity of decisions and the impact on people's life. That is all leadership. And for us as individuals, the same principles apply. Doing the right thing when nobody is watching is part of building a society where trust, accountability, and fairness can thrive. As we begin this day, may our decisions be guided not only by what is convenient, but by what is right. And as of just by the way, so we'll bring you the weather in a short while. And right after the weather, so this is the and you know that the one of the most common things when it comes to the African perspective has to do is that if you want to go fast, you go alone, and if you want to go far, you go together. Has been one of the things that's coming. You know, Africans' development challenges cannot be solved by one person, one particular party or institution. Whether we are fighting galamsey, unemployment, environmental degradation, corruption, poor public service, or educational challenges, suitable solutions require collaborations. Government needs citizens. Citizens need responsible leadership. Political parties need to put national interests above partisan interests. And institutions must work together. The deeper message is simple. Speed may achieve a short-term victory, but collaboration creates lasting progress. For Ghana, the question this morning is not only who is right, but how we work together to get the country right, is what we should be asking ourselves as individuals. The question this morning is not only who is right, but how we work together to get the country right. So that's African Proverbs, brought to you courtesy MBN Wisdom Center. Also, be telling you more about the Maranatha Power Ministries International 30th anniversary, and today, multi-purpose gathering. Today's midweek, so we'll be telling you about the multi-purpose gathering. The multi-purpose gathering. Now, time for us. And before we get deep into the day's conversation, let's find out what the skies have in store for us. That is what we're going to do. Well, more away from this, we want to go and see what the skies had for us, from the weather conditions in Accra to what commuters and residents across the country should expect. Francisca is standing by with the weather update, and that is what we're going to move on to do this morning. So away from the bringing you the African wisdom, give me something to think about when it comes to the scripture focus. Now listen attention to Francisca. Francisca, good morning.
Good morning.
Francisca, take us away. What is the sky saying before we hit the roads?
Okay, so according to the Ghana Meteo Agency, today, thunderstorms and rain of varying intensity are expected to continue over parts of the northern and transition sectors this morning into the afternoon. Across southern Ghana, mostly cloudy weather conditions will dominate, with few areas likely to experience light to moderate rain. Mist and fog patches will form and reduce visibility over the coast, forest, and hilly areas in the early hours of the morning. Now, for the temperatures across the country today, the coastal sector will record a minimum temperature of 23 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 29 degrees Celsius. The forest sector will record a minimum of 22 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 30 degrees Celsius. The transition sector will record a minimum of 23 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 30 degrees Celsius. And in the northern sector, temperatures will range from a minimum of 24 degrees Celsius to a maximum of 32 degrees Celsius. And always note that relatively cool nights and early morning temperatures are expected across the country. So this is the weather updates for this morning.
All right, so Francisca bringing us up to speed. Now we're going to look at the various temperatures across the entire country. Right here on screen, with you, we'll bring you it in association with the Ghana Meteorological Agency right away. So we're going to look at the various temperatures across the entire city. Once that is ready, we're going to air it to look at the weather. So, but this morning, how cloudy was it when you were coming in?
Oh, this morning I set off early, so the skies was a bit dark. Yes.
But we saw some drizzling in some parts of the city. Now let's cross over to bring you the entire 18 hours impactful weather across the entire country in various cities of Ghana. So the DAZA is out for the weather in the various cities across the country. And if you're ready on the road this morning, you know that knowing what lies ahead can make the difference between arriving on time and also spending an hour stuck in traffic. Let's check the traffic situations across Accra and the major cities, identifying areas experiencing congestion and also look at a possible alternative route that needs to be. And here is your morning focus traffic update. Accra focus area is the Kwame Nkrumah Circle, 37 Military Hospital, Tetekwashi Interchange, Medina Adenta Kaswa, Accra Corridor, Spinters Road, Nongwa, Tema Motorway, and also Archie Mortar. Other cities will be looking at is Kumasi, Takoradi, Cape Coast, Temale, and Koforidua. Alternative route principles where congestion is confirmed is what we're going to look at in the next few minutes of your time. So if you're ready, let's go to the roads and see what is happening on our roads this morning. Now, Accra, for those of you in Accra, watch Kaswa, Nyinyano Junction, Malam, Makati Hills, and Carnation. The possible alternative, use the N1 where traffic is moving for selected local destination. Consider the Wejagbawe Sotium corridor where appropriate. Motorists should avoid leaving the main corridor unnecessarily if feeder roads are already congested. The Accra Kasua corridor is one of the city's recognized high congestion routes during peak periods. Medina Accra N1 corridor, those of you that watch Medina, Legon, Atomic, Hacho, Achimota, and the approach to the central city, the alternative routes you can use is the Hacho Atomic route for motorists traveling locally, Domi Kitase corridor for selected journeys towards the Eburi Koforidua direction, Spinters or Liberation Road for motorists whose destination permits them to avoid the N1. Domain Kitiasi Road is specifically identified in the national planning documents as an alternative connection between Accra Kumasi, Accra Eburi Koforidua roads. Achimota, La Paz, Abekan, Kwame Nkrumah circles and surrounding approaches. The possible alternative is the Ring Road Central, Ring Road East, selected local routes through the North Ridge or Osu, depending on your destination. Ring Road Central links the Circle area with the Accra Central and Independence Avenue, whilst the Ring Road East provide another major east-west connection. Tete Kwashi 37, Osu Interchange, Airport Liberation Road 37, and also Dankwa Circle. The possible alternative here is the Liberation Road Airport Bypass, Ring Road East, Local Airport Residential, and also Osu connections where appropriate. Liberation Road connects Airport City with the Tete Kwashi and Sprinters corridors. The Tete Kwashi Flower Pot, Sprinters Clone, Tema Motorway, and Tema Roundabout, Sprinters Road, the Sprinters Bachona connection, and the community routes were appropriate. However, motorists should not automatically assume Sprinters is faster. It can itself become heavily congested. The Accra Tema motorway is also undergoing major reconstruction and expansion works which can affect travel time. So you leave early and avoid running around. For those in Kumasi, Sofoland, Santasi, Kwadaso, Asokwa, Ejeso, Koforidia, Kejitia, or the central Kumasi, motorists traveling across Kumasi should consider the Kumasi intercity road network and bypass connection where available rather than concentrating all traffic around the central business district. For journey towards Accra, motorists should also check the conditions around Ejiso where traffic volumes are significant. Traffic studies recorded substantial daily volumes around the greater Kumasi area. For those in Takoradi, Market Circle, Kwesimintim, Aprado, Aguna Nkwanta corridor, appropriately, motorists can use connecting local road from Kwesimintim, Aprado to avoid unnecessary movement. Cape Coast, Kotukraba, Pedal Junction, Abura, the University area, Cape Coast, Accra Highway, available intercity connecting road for local journeys instead of passing through the busiest commercial areas. Motorists will exercise particular caution around the pedestrian heavy areas and school zones. Tamale Central Lamashago, Sakasaka Jisunayeli, Tamale Bogatanga corridor for local journey. Use the cities connecting feeder roads where they are suitable and open rather than routing every trip through the central business district. Koforidia, Jackson Park area. So motorists traveling between Accra and also Koforidia should check conditions on both the main N4 corridor and connecting local roads before choosing a diversion. So this is just a reminder to every motorist: don't create another traffic problem whilst trying to escape one. Avoid driving on shoulders, unauthorized U-turns, blocking intersections, overtaking dangerously, and using emergency lanes, parking indiscriminately. If an alternative route is already congested, remain on the main route and follow the instruction of traffic offenders. And so that is your morning focused traffic update. Whether in Accra, Kumasi, Takoradi, Cape Coast, Koforidia, Tamale, plan your journey early where possible and drive safely. Your destination matters, but getting there safely matters even more. On this note, we go for a quick break. When we return, I'll be joined by Bernard Agbemo Eduji.
Yamakoba, Edoba, Pemsine, Herbal range of products. Yes, answer the Viaba, a Gain Malamis, and no na yes, Samalaria natural Nasa Wankasa, say na fever at yes to swa. A dry account for Mao, I just say kind a guy range of products no, a guy Malamis, a guy Malamis, ye dra, ye do 2 malaria set at a shakra, a dear Philip Pedrianim, and it is a wood ye, Nasa Ohodo do. Wankasa eya na wodo wanuma to on to mendi na sa ya na edro no pa no ya wo yade ebedru awia no atiesie ebedru nwumre no na sa ho dodo wo a ko pharmacy shop na herbal shop na ebe wo no okọ akacha mo say o be test for malaria parasite no so o test na eba na your positive a enhwe ba bia kwaje agai malamis no na ye nom amanotu malaria sikra edi afri nipaduanim sa water de do na wankasa nipaduanim no wo say ya na wafre o feel feverish kona kwaje agai malamis no nenom enebeboa etu malaria parasite na sikra edi afri nipaduanim edi ama so wonu wato na se wontumi didi wontumi nyebo wontumi taibo wontumi dibo a eya agai malamis no na wo nom amanatu malaria ntidi yade na sikra afri nipaduanim edi ama shene soma yen say akọ hospital ko teste anasa pharmacy ko teste se malaria mo wani wo mojanim ansana wafa agai malamis no yenom amanatu malaria sikra ede afri nipaduanim woni bisa malaria ba oso a eya na mani padua na kese eya na mo sori udua so na wa ye no fe ubewu na wuti edwa kakra na ahoyira ba oso na nipaduanimu anyowo a kona kwaji agai malamis no e ka pemsa range of products ne ho we no ye de ba betu malaria fever sekra ede afri nipaduanim enu ti edra ye kan form o se no de etu malaria sekra no eye agai malamis no ye bobobi ye nunumbi ye numa kwapemsa malaria sekra ebetu edi afri nipaduanim oni bisa malaria mo no mo ye mo bi obo ha adweye pa ena nhwehwu so de ababetu dwa se malaria de ne ya de a eku nipa bebre afi bia eya na yebu ye ne aguso ye mpesa okra be firi wonsa enti ne ye ka cho se wo ho na wuti paawo nipadua no wanka se wo sa wodo na wo na munye wuyi a Bora pharmacy shop na herbal shop ebe wo okwa also ba be test se malaria mo wani bia ba mo jani mu a o test we na ba positive a enhwe ba bia kope agai malamis no eye malaria do tata hye a ye nom amanato sin akọ nipaduanim akwakotu emo wana sekra ede afi wo no mato ontumi endidi eye na wo awota ade wo nyina eye nsensioni a edi adanse se malaria mo wano aba nipaduanim se ntontuma kawo ene wanya malaria dia ene kwaji agai malamis ne be neno ene ne malaria dura yesiesia eba beboa amanatu malaria na sekra ede afri nipaduanim enti se wutie yen na wo de ne malaria na wako teste ni akato se malaria na chewa enhwe ba bia kwaji agai malamis no ene na ye nom amanatu malaria na sekra ede afri ho ede ama obo se na awo no etaade de na de bia wa ye moso edrawia ni pie kakra na se watie si eye o se yade ni wo na atu ayira na edra nwumra bo na wo pose cha kwara kwaji agai malamis no eye senchoni e de abobo ho se eye malaria mo wa no e na aba nipaduanim eno tin hwe ba bia onye ko pharmacy shop ni testo na ne ba se eye malaria nko a mo wa no e na aba nipaduanim mu a na waji agai malamis ne be e kan herbal products no ho onu ma beboa na atu malaria na sekra hye ne so ma ye se Pemsign group of companies ye ni hospital bia ewo bebia a range of products no bibidro tatashe papa no edi aba no agai malamis ne kan ho no nko a na sesi ano ya ewo herbal shop ene pharmacy shop tubo ra ho a ne malaria na waji agai malamis no na wanom ebeboa na pam malaria bia edi afri nipaduanim ede amount shene soma yesa abatan etumi enumedre bi sanso na nkwada wo munya enfie dumienu enso entumi ennom wanya enfie dumienu na oto adre bi na malaria akotesti am ya ka kire wa ene obehia tire so woni baako anapa ewia ene enumre na wanom wadi free fie du so kwa obehia tire mienu anapa ewia enumre na wanom utomi so ya numbers na good tv ne so no obetumi afre ye na wo so question bi a wo ede fa ye dre ho no ye bejo so na ye no edisa enkomo no ye ka se agai a ba bia wo bia na waje yesese etsose
Mema wakwaba eba Muta Motors. Ye wo number one stop shop. Ema wo car related needs nyina. Eba no repairs, maintenance, diagnostics. Ema car brands ahodo nyina. Ebi te se Toyota, Nissan, Hyundai, any Korea class ahodo nyina. Ye be siesie abo akoma toyem. Eba no comprehensive range of services. Ebi te se car repairs, spare parts supply, and the diagnostics. Ye wo number one. Enhwe baby a. Yen spare parts shop no ewa aboso ojina faako na wato kasa ho nneoma nyina ehu hiampo se obekwa akochinchini esa wali mu fifira bre afei ye home and office services nyina
e pa chew enya akra ape se beje wo Ghana bia o kasa yi a because your workers no doso wo frɛ ya ye ba be faka no ana se ba be ye no ye ba na se wo se timi no wa ye be ya mo se wo se di ba garage so ye di be ba nti be ka ne be se bia wa ha bobodi ya se wo be frɛ mutamotus ye number ba ku pa na me kana 0244 451 776 mpacho wo hwe ye kire kwan ya ne se bia e be ha wo de kogugu map na bo mutamotus e du be ba ye garage apepepa umbre hukra
se wo shoshe reliable and trustworthy auto repair services men shoshe baby Motor Motors ya ba mau ya office e wa Blakema New Town. Motor Motors, we are the best.
All right, so welcome back. Back in the studios as the morning focus live on MBN TV. All come your way with the weather, the traffic situations. I believe that you've gotten the alternative routes to be using this morning. Like we said, what matters most is for you to get there safely, not for speeding. Now, let's do some. One of the finest things you can do for yourself this morning is for you to keep safe. I didn't know whether you did pray before you step out. I'll be telling you something about the Maranatha Power Ministries International 30th anniversary, which is coming up on the 1st to the 6th of September 2026. It's happening live here at the Convention Center of the Maranatha Power Ministries International behind the Lekma Polyclinic. When you get to Adugono last stop, hey, wherever you are across the country, be part of the celebration and come witness 30 years of impactful ministry, 30 years of God's goodness, 30 years of the grace of God, how God, the journey so far, we keep unfolding it gradually on screen for you, and also come be a partaker and enjoy the oil over the lives of the people of God. It's going to be an awesomeness going to happen in that place. I'll tell you more about it on the show. Also, don't forget on the 28th to the 30th, there is the homecoming. Homecoming is coming up on the 30th, on the 28th to 30th, 29th. It's called the Jesus March across the principal streets of Greater Accra region. You can think of the Lejekuku, Lekma, all those areas that they could upon. You know, it's going to be something else. Well, the Jesus March, I can't wait to see that. That will be happening on the 29th. And so let's get together. You know, it's good to be together as a family, home sweet home. There's no place like coming home. For those of you who passed through, those of you who have been, at least you've received some prayer time with the men and the seasoned men of God, and then you've been imparted. You've listened to the word, you watch across the country via TV or the social media channels, and you want to be a partaker. I mean, let's come home sweet home. Let's make it wonderful starting next week, the 28th of August, and then on the 30th. Then on a Tuesday, the mainstay will be coming up. Now, let's look at our scripture that was brought to us this morning from the Maranatha Power Ministry. Is from the book of Ephesians, the chapter 5, the verse 11. And the Bible says, "And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them." Oh my, oh my. Choose light over darkness. That is the title of the message for this morning for our viewers across the entire country and the rest of the world. We are live on both satellites and also digital. Come to business with hand. Need somebody to support scripture, the weather, our traffic, and newspaper. Take the banner headlines. Be a particular, take the banner headlines, and let's help you activate your products and services on the morning focus. It's embedded with a lot of stuff. And so we help us, and so we can also help you. Let's grow together. Let me say a very good morning to Bernard. Good morning, Bernard. How are you doing?
Good morning, Earl. very good, very good.
It's been some time now.
Yeah, yeah.
I know. I can only see you on a Wednesday and a Friday.
Fridays, yeah.
It depends whether you are available on those days even.
Yeah.
So that availability is also another thing. So you can always catch him up here, hang up with me on Wednesdays and Fridays. That is if the time is there. Now our scripture this morning says, "Have no fellowship and." Have no fellowship. It means that the preceding scripture has something to say, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them. Ephesians the chapter 5, verse 11, and I read from the King James Version of the Bible. What do you think about the scripture sent to us this morning? The Bible is saying, and I like the word and.
Yeah.
You know, once they and, it means that there was a precedent. That is why the Bible says and. So let me go back and check on the verse before it. The verse before the end, which is the verse 10 of the chapter 5, and it says, "Proving what is acceptable unto the Lord." Now, if you go to the verse 9, it says, "For the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and truth." Proving what is acceptable unto the Lord. Then the verse 11, which is our main theme verse, said, "And have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them." Verse 12 says, "For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret." It is even a shame for you to say it. Those things which are done of them in secret, but all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. For whatsoever does make manifest is light. Interesting. If you look at the verse 15 of the same chapter, it says, "See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil." What a word.
What a word. So this is, I call it, Paul himself will call this man the new man, right? The new man. So I'm looking at it far from verse 8. It says that for once you were full of darkness. So that is the old man. For once, previously, you were full of darkness, but now you have light from the Lord. So live now, no, in the now, live as people of light. For this light within you produces only, I'm reading the NLT, for the light within you produces only what is good and right and true. For our God is light, in him there's no darkness.
Yeah.
So if we have come to be in God, we should not produce evil deeds. But the light in us, will produce only what is good and right and true. So then when you come to the verse 11, it says that, "Take no part in worthless deeds, in evil deeds." That is the old man. That is what we used to do hitherto. But now that we are in Christ, his light is in us, we should not take part. We should have nothing to do with it. But interestingly, verse 11 also places responsibility on us.
Yeah.
The New King James says that reprove them. The NLT says expose them. So it is not just you not taking part in those evil deeds. There is also a direct responsibility on the believer to expose darkness, to expose evil deeds. So when you are in an organization and people are doing things in the dark, inflating figures and all of that, first one is not to take part of it. Second one is to expose. Of course, you have to do that with wisdom. Yes. So it is a responsibility. We have the old man and the new man. Paul says that put on the new man. Put on the new man. Let the light in you reflect. And Ephesians is telling us that in verse 8, this light will only produce what is good, what is true, and what is right. If we say we have the light of God in us, we cannot continue to be doing evil deeds. And that is why when people question whether it is true that Ghana is 70-something% Christian, because if we are, then you are supposed to exhibit my little children whom I continuously travail until Christ is formed in you. That is the final point. Christ should be seen in our deeds, in everything. So we cannot say we are in Christ, yet we are engaging in all the evil things, all the dark things, all the wickedness. Right. That is not Christ-like.
That is not Christ-like. At the book of Ephesians, Paul writings there. So they are called, and they are a call to live spiritual discernment. Light means living with that discernment, to recognize what is contrary to God's will and have the courage not to participate in it. Darkness can sometimes appear attractive.
Yeah. Very. In fact, it's juicy. It's juicy. Oh, very juicy.
To appear attractive, normal.
Yeah, normal.
Acceptable. Because everyone around us sees to be embracing it.
Yeah.
Compromise often brings quietly one wrong decision, one unhealthy relationship, one dishonest word, one habit we know is not pleasing to God. But you see, light does not negotiate with darkness. Light will never negotiate with darkness. Light exposes what darkness tries to hide. That is why when you enter into your room and it's dark and you put on the light, all the dark will have to give way for you to see what is there. It exposes. So choosing light means choosing truth when lies are easier. Integrity when compromise is convenient. Forgiveness when bitterness feels justified. Obedience when disobedience appears attractive. And righteousness when the crowd chooses another path. As believers, as Christians, we are not called mainly to avoid darkness. We are called to shine. Arise and shine,
for your light has come. Yeah.
Your words should carry light. Your decisions should carry light. Your relationship should carry light. Your workplace should experience light because you are there.
Because you are there.
Your family should experience the love and the character of Christ through you. Am I speaking to somebody this morning? The world does not need Christians who simply condemn darkness from a distance. The world needs believers whose life demonstrates what it means to walk in the light.
Yeah.
So today, I want you to ask yourself a very simple question. What am I allowing into my life that God is asking me to let go? You knew it. You know what I'm talking about. You know yourself more than anybody else. But God knows you more than you know yourself too. What am I allowing into my life that God is asking me to let go of? Let go of. What have I become comfortable with that I once knew was wrong? There are things that you become so comfortable with it, you know it is wrong. You know it, but you're making it look normal, attractive, interesting, isn't it? But you know it is wrong. What have I become comfortable with? What has become an idol in my life? That even for church service, that you idolize that thing, so because of that you even attend church service, you give all sort of excuses. And you know it's an excuse for you to go do the wrong thing, which now you see it to be normal. created so many idols in your life? What influence is shaping my choices? Now you hear young ladies who say, I'm going to do cleansing.
Hey, what is that one?
Some men don't leave their wife just because they want to leave their wife. Because the person you were has gone to do cleansing. I'll tell you what it means. Cleansing. That cleansing will put that man or that woman under some influence. Cleansing. Take control for your centuries. What have I become comfortable with? What influence is shaping my choices? God's word or the culture around me? What culture have you created around you? I keep telling people, whatever leads you, determine your destination. What is backing you? So that's the things you need to be very careful with. What is backing me and what is leading me? Remember, you cannot walk consistently in God's light whilst deliberately holding on to darkness. I said you can't walk consistently in God's light once you have deliberately holding on to darkness. So I want you to choose light, choose Christ, choose truth, choose holiness, choose obedience, and choose love. You know, in the churches, so sometimes people feel they don't want to be offended. There are thieves all over in the churches.
Yes, sir.
Thieves. All over. People in the church, they are cut in size. They are looking at the pastor, the man of God, and they are cutting corners. But they said they love him or her. But they are cutting corners. As of today, choose Christ. Choose truth. Choose holiness. Choose obedience. And choose love. You see, when the light of Christ shines through your life, others will not only hear about Jesus, they will see him reflect in you. The manifestation of who he is within you will pop up. I want us to pray this morning. Say, Heavenly Father, thank you for calling me out of darkness into your marvelous light. Give me wisdom to recognize anything that is not pleasing to you, and courage to walk away from it. Help me not to compromise my faith simply because darkness has become normal in the world around me. Purify my heart, guide my choices. Let my words, relationship, and actions reflect the character of Jesus Christ. May your light shine through my life so brightly that others are drawn closer to you. Give me strength to stand for truth, grace to walk in love, and courage to choose righteousness every day. In Jesus' name, amen. If you said amen, as we walk, as we all choose to walk in light, we also invite you to join the Maranatha Power Ministries International as we celebrate 30 years of God's goodness and faithfulness. This is more than an anniversary. That's how I call it. It is more than an anniversary. It is a homecoming, a time to return to the place where faith was strengthened, a time to return to the place where relationships were built, a time to return to the place where lives were transformed and generations encounters the goodness of God. It's time to come home. I welcome you to the 30th anniversary and the homecoming. The impact of God's goodness and faithfulness, Lamentation, the chapter 3, the verse 22 to 24. 1st to the 6th of September 2026, morning section at 8 a.m., evening section at 6 p.m. Join anniversary service Sunday, 6th September, 8 a.m. Whether you are a former member a current member, a family member, a friend, or someone who has simply been blessed through the ministry, this invitation is for you. Come home. Come and give thanks. Come and celebrate God's goodness. Come and reconnect with family. Come and be part of a new chapter in the story of God's goodness. Maranatha Power Ministry 30th anniversary, a homecoming of gratitude, faith, and fellowship. 30 years of God's goodness, 30 years of God's faithfulness, and we are only getting started. Come to Maranatha Power Ministries International. Is that, you know, I've always hashed it MPMI30, hash homecoming, hash God's goodness, hash God's faithfulness, hash 30 years of grace, hash choose light. God bless you for being with us this morning on the Morning Focus. My name has always been El Samuels, and I'm hanging out this morning with my co-host Bernard Abramo Eduji. It's now time for us to turn our attention to the newspaper headlines. Right after that, two gentlemen will be joining me in studio. We'll be having some conversation. You know how we do it here on the Morning Focus. We don't get you bored, we get you excited on every minute, every second, every hour. You have your thoughts to share with us. You want to bless someone, the numbers on your screen. But blessing someone is paying for someone in the interland, underserved areas, where our satellite churches are all over the country, 100 branches, and you want to say, I want to pay for 2 people to come. Some 100 cities, some 200 cities, some 1,000 cities, some 10,000. Send your money to the mission fields. Send your money to the mission field. Help us build water wells across the entire country for people to get good source of water. When we get good source of water, our children can go to school on time. Household chores become very easy. Be a blessing to somebody's life today. Call the numbers on your screen and we'll be at your end to support the Maranatha Power Ministry in every way that you can. If you can send your money, you can send the goods, you can send those clothing, you can send out water, you can send us equipment to drill water. I keep saying, if we can get one drilling equipment, oh voila, something else will happen.
Yeah.
So I'm encouraging you, whoever you are, and I'm speaking to a particular, you're going through a lot, but you want God to answer you. Go read Psalm 41 and do your donation, and God will meet you at your point of your needs. Father, this morning I pray that thou may increase my greatness, so your glory will be seen. Have a good morning out there. As we turn our attention to look at the newspaper, we transition to see the headlines and the stories behind those headline newspapers. Don't forget, there's a commercial break on this note. When we come back, we look at the news headlines and then we have a conversation.
Have you been struggling with a health condition for years or tried different treatments but nothing seems to work?
At Balsam of Gilead Herbal Hospital, there's real hope for you.
We specialize in both acute and chronic conditions using effective, trusted herbal formulas.
From epilepsy and autism to typhoid, ulcers, and arthritis, we treat them all.
I came here with diabetes and hypertension. Today, I feel strong and alive again.
My eyesight was failing due to glaucoma. Now, I see clearly again.
Stroke recovery is possible here. We combine therapy and herbal treatment for results.
Dr. Michael Nyako, CEO of Balsam of Gilead Herbal Hospital. Balsam of Gilead Herbal Hospital, we have been in existence for about 33 years. We treat chronic diseases like cancer, breast cancer, cervical cancer, liver cancer, all sorts of cancers. We treat diabetes, whether that's diabetes solve. We do treat hypertension and a lot of chronic diseases. That's what we do treat. Balsam of Gilead Herbal Hospital, we've laid down guidelines of horticultural practice that monitors the processes and the sources of our herbs to ensure quality and potency of herbal medicine in properly treat underlying causes of diseases. So I will encourage the general public, if you want good herbal medicine for your health treatment, turn to Balsam of Gilead Herbal Hospital.
They treat syphilis, gonorrhea, hepatitis B and C, and autoimmune hepatitis effectively.
At Balsam of Gilead, we don't just treat symptoms, we eradicate the root cause.
After years of infertility, we finally have our baby.
All thanks to Balsam of Gilead's fibroid treatment. No surgery needed.
This diabetic sore wouldn't heal for months, but now it's complete.
It's completely gone.
We treat lipedema, chronic sores, cancer sores, and many more complex conditions. I was losing hope with prostate issues, but now I feel renewed and confident again.
We ensure purity and potency in every single batch we produce.
We blend traditional herbal knowledge with modern medical science to restore life. We are an award-winning herbal hospital dedicated to giving you the best results. If you've tried everything else, don't give up.
Come to Balsam of Gilead. There's hope here.
Visit us opposite Darkman Police Station, Accra, until God's kingdom is established on earth, where no resident will say, I am sick. Balsam of Gilead Herbal Hospital, restoring health, renewing hope.
Balsam of Gilead Herbal Hospital.
Aphrodite Production House, your partner in creating unforgettable experiences. From concept to execution, we deliver top-notch production for live streaming, event production, seminars and workshop, custom solutions. Let's bring your vision to life. For bookings and inquiries, call 0242 777-207. Aphrodite Production House, where stories come alive. Production services that make moments strive.
My sister, what's wrong? Young boy, here. I better not go to the into me crowd. And what for you want to me? Yari Ben. Go? No.
A shen noni juice.
Noni what?
A shen noni juice.
Tell them we are coming.
Gucci, I have a surprise for you.
Hey, sister, so what is your party now over there, sister? Me to be called Makuma, No. Not that. I said I have a surprise for you. Haven't you heard of
a shen noni juice?
Try it and see.
Now only Peter's Bell.
Peter's Bell.
Sister, Mrs. Mugi, me Peter's Bell, no, Mama, no, West Army.
And how? We saw this, you know, a back of it. Or no,
a shen noni juice.
Me quadi, Matuni D and Jina Postona.
Outside of all times,
a shen noni juice.
Don't worry, I'll give you guys some. Okay?
A shen noni juice.
And my friend now, Pebby.
A shen noni juice.
The solution to all your problems.
Noni, a shen noni juice. Noni juice. A shen noni juice. A shen noni juice. Wapong with D. Edro. Eshon noni juice. Wayaresa adru. Eshon noni juice. Abibidro kwojia. Bronye drobia fremu. Na eyema sunina.
All right, so welcome back. It's still Morning Focus on MBN TV, live and direct from our studios on the 10th Avenue Extension, Greater Estate, Noah at Dogono. And from the economy, let's turn to the pages of today's newspapers. The headlines often tells us what has captured the attention of Ghana's newsroom. That is what the headlines does. But our job is to go beyond the bold letters and understand why these stories matter to you. Now let's take you through the major headlines making rounds this morning, starting with like my friend was saying, you know the people who say with the so with the Insight. Well, let's start with the Insight newspaper. Is a Russia envoy. Russia envoy hails the leadership of Nkrumah, Kofi Annan, and President Mahama. And you see the picture of the late Kofi Annan Busumuro. You have the current president, John Dramani Mahama, and then you have the late Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and also the Sergei Liberov of Russia on the front pages of the Insight newspaper. Then we have Duji Tamaklo, the MPA boss, and he's a powerful BDCs reportedly lobby NPA to build regional depots and bid to neutralize cost energy. Strait of Hormuz will remain shut, says Iran, as U.S. threaten intensify economic warfare. Stories on the Insight newspaper. Another story there says Ghana must move from AI adoption to ownership, says Abed Bendem. FDA urges public to avoid food products with peeling, straying, or discolored labels. GBA vacates criminal justice. Gogo Imos. You have to my Professor Stephen Kwekwaza. Now, there. It's a Ghana Bar Association by a letter to the Chief Justice dated 10th August 2026 objects to judges continuing past part-head criminal trials during the legal vacation. It later emphasizes lawyers, vacations, travel plans, availability, close law firms, and healthy work-life balance. These are legitimate concerns, but what about the client?
What about the client? A very important question.
As the thing there, GBA vacates criminal justice, the question. So those are the stories. The headlines are on the Insight newspaper.
I think you should take that FBA. There's an FBA.
FBA.
Yes, FBA urges the public.
Yes, it urges the public to avoid food products. The peeling, strain of discolored labels. You know, we don't read.
We don't read.
We don't read. But when you pick things from the shelf, we don't even check
the date.
We don't check the expiry date. We don't check whether it is be sanctioned by
FDA.
We have the FDA labels. We don't check anything. Our stomach is crying that we need to eat something, so we just pick things from the shelves. We don't look at the shelf life of the products. We don't look at the discolored nature of the products. We don't look at the product, whether it's peel, the peeling on it, the strain on it. We don't check all those things. Abayini. That is all we think about. But life is not about abayini. Life is about checking everything. So the FDA, the Food and Drugs Authority, is telling you avoid products with peeling, strain, stain, or discolored labels. If you take ASPI, check it before you use your money. Don't go and buy sickness and disease to the house.
to FDA is urging the public. I mean, that's the story behind this headline.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, let me take the Daily Graphic. Truth and accuracy every day. It is the mother of all newspapers. And BOG leverages digital transaction data to support SMEs. That story is on page 13 of the Daily Graphic. More patients sue health facilities, also on page 13 of the Daily Graphic. Minority demands answers to 22 billion Ghana Cedi Gold Board loss. That is on page 20. Comes with a picture of the Honorable Alexander Kwame Nafenyo Markin, minority leader of Ghana's 9th Parliament. And the big story on this newspaper, government pays 10.8 billion to DDEP bond holders. Let me take a sense of this story by Samuel Doe Ablodepe. The government has paid 10.82 billion to bondholders under the Domestic Debt Exchange Program, DDEP. This brings the total amount paid to bondholders since 2025 to 41.36 billion Ghana cedis. The Ministry of Finance told the Daily Graphic that the third DDEP coupon payment was made fully in cash at the close of business yesterday. The source said the payment was also made in full and on schedule, demonstrating government's fiscal discipline and firm commitment to meeting all its obligations. We believe this will strengthen investor confidence, reduce sovereign default risk, and reinforce Ghana's financial credibility, the Minister of Finance, Dr. Kassel Atoforsen, said. Stories on the front page of the Daily Graphic.
All right, so away from the Daily Graphic, let's move. We have to run on this. We have some. We'll be talking to Asunaba Nana Redu in the jiffy to pick his thoughts on some of the happenings at the transport fronts. I mean, with fares increases and stuff like that. Unwarranted. But let's do the Republic Press newspaper. The Republic Press newspaper has some picture on the front page of it with Sammy Jemfi seated, trying to explain things. That you see behind him is Lex Andafenyo Markin, the minority leader, pointing at you, Mona.
Said the bill condition will be hard.
It will be scary. The Gold Board under pressure as minority demands answers for $1.7 billion loss. Good, Boka. That's the question the minorities asked. Ask a probe. AG snub OSP again. Hands investigation to Iyoko. And then you see the deputy AG and then the man at OSP there. Ayastavi. GJ holds symposium today to mark its 77th anniversary. It's also there today. Gas expansion cuts Ghana's fuel bill by $500 million annually. Jinapor. GS denied cancellation of free SHS, warns against 1,500 chop boss payments. Constitution guarantees speedy trials for all cases, not selected ones. Benka tells Deputy AG. Stories, headlines on the Republic Press.
Okay, let me take the Business and Financial Times BNFT. GEPA Gutta outline roadmap to protect informal retail space. That is on page 2. Beyond Breach series launched to address AI governance, cybersecurity challenge. Ghana trails Cote d'Ivoire again in exploration race, also on page 2. And the last one I'll take, open banking reforms to unlock financing for SMEs. That is according to the BOG on page 3 of the BNFT.
Now let's go on the line this morning and speak with the acting chairman of the Commercial Drivers Union Ghana in the person of
Asunaba Nana Radio. A very good morning to you, sir.
Morning, Mr.
How are you doing?
I
hope everything is going well with your outfit.
Yeah.
How far have we been able to deal with this unwarranted hikes in fare by some transport operators?
Well, I think the unions and various
hello.
Yeah, hello.
Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Well,
can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Great. I was asking, how far have we been able to have a conversation with the drivers in this unwarranted hikes and fares?
Well, like I said, I think the various unions in Amalgamated, I think have deployed their men to deal with these recalcitrant drivers that I keep on saying. And then the new LI, I think the new LI 2519 is also coming to boost our confidence in terms of fighting these recalcitrant drivers, because it is stated in clear that drivers who charge unapproved fares should be dealt with by the law. So I think we are still on course. The only issue that we had at that time is that there are various assemblies and then municipal district assemblies should also come to our aid and then make sure that they help us. That is all we've been calling for all this while. But I don't know. But I think we are still on course.
Now, if you're asking that the various district assemblies should come to your aid, what aid are you looking at? What support are you looking at from the assemblies?
Well, there's a saying that one hand cannot cover God's face. So we need a lot of hands. So all hands on deck. Like I keep on saying, a little deployment from the various transport unions, the national security, the police service, and then the various assemblies, I think could make sure that these recalcitrants are being eradicated. So I think they should come to our aid. They should come and help us. We are doing our part. We form our various task force, always sending them on grounds to make sure that these drivers are being brought to book. The national security and then the police service are also doing their part. So it is left with some of the assemblies. I keep on saying some of the assembly because the Kumasi mayor and then the Accra mayor, I think they are doing their best in terms of this fight. So I think the smaller assemblies, the district chiefs, executives, and some municipalities assemblies should also form their task force and make sure that these perpetrators are being brought to book.
I don't know if you've chanced upon the Concerned Drivers Association of Ghana calling for immediate presidential and ministerial intervention regarding DVLA delinquency fees and systemic police extortion on the Ghanaian road. Have you chanced upon this release?
Well, I think I got some of the release yesterday. I think I've been able to read into details. But Mr. L.
Yes, sir.
Mr. John Dramani Mahama, on his second arrival, he said he's bringing a different strategy on board. Do you understand? Bringing a different strategy on board. I think he said something like this. I think I've forgotten. So we are not going to get it like we used to get it in the previous years.
Okay.
And then we, the drivers, we've been complaining that police and some government officials have been disturbing us on our roads whenever our people got expired. So what is keeping you, the driver, to be staying in the house without visiting the DVLA to, renew your expired papers. So I think the DVLA is on course. I think they brought that thing in order to make sure that drivers don't keep long in the house before coming to renew their papers. And this law didn't begin this year. I think the law was in the last LI 2180. The last LI, I think 2012. So I think the new administration are now using it. So I think the concerned drivers should exercise patience, calm down, and then give the DVLA some opportunity to make sure that these stubborn drivers or these stubborn owners normally comes to the DVLA to renew their papers whenever it expires. And then with the police extortion, you see, the same people complaining about delinquency, complain about police extortion. Police will always get you whenever your papers are not good or your license is not good. So that is why they are saying, come early and renew your papers in order for you to be safe from these police extortions. The police will always mishandle you whenever your papers are not good or when the paper got expired. And this time around, the DVLA is telling you that come early. Other than that, they are going to charge you delinquency, which means you've delayed. That is why they are charging you an extra fare on the paper, the kind of documentation that you are going to renew. So I think it will make a lot of sense. Our people, the concerned people, should come again. You know, the Resetting Ghana agenda, like I keep on saying, we are all playing our part in the Resetting Ghana agenda. So I think they should exercise a little bit of patience for the drivers and vehicle licensing authority. We have some important issues that we need to discuss, not about this one.
Not about this one, but the point is that, for example, should the same penalty apply to someone who was abroad or has broken down vehicle and or simply could not afford the renewal fee? Should the person still be paying some penalty for delaying?
Well, a broken vehicle, I think the best thing to do is you have to write to the authorities. When a car got broken and then you don't have money to repair and then the paper too is reading, I don't think that you will be sitting there out there without doing anything. The best thing is to write to the authorities for them to be aware that your papers, that your car have been broken down and due to that your car is not moving. So I think that is the best thing to do. And also, you can't be using a car without renewing. It is not done anywhere. This is not done. The same person, you say you're looking for good roads. You want good roads. You want overheads. You want government to construct a lot of roads so that traffic will erase in the system. You don't want to pay tax. So which money is the government going to use to do all these things? Sometimes I think we need to say it how it is. I think you can't be going around the issue because you are drivers, you are different. No, you need to do the right thing. If you want good thing, do good thing so that good thing will come on to you.
If you want good thing, do the good thing so that good things will come to you. Is the DVLA charge actually encouraging compliance, or is making it harder for struggling drivers to regularize their documents?
Well, I think, like I said, this thing has been in existence for a very long time. In terms of government getting revenue from DVLA, I think it is also helping for compliance. Do you understand? Like I said, in order to make this police and this security service who are always on us, I think to let them at least humble themselves for us. That is why I said the same person, when you read the statement very well, the same person is complaining about delinquency and then police extortion.
Yeah.
You can't be adding two things together. And then, so the best thing is to get your papers done. I don't think police is going to extort anything from you. Because extortion normally comes whenever you have issue with your cars or when you drive roughly on the road. You understand? And then with the new LI, I think it is also going to help us a lot because the police will not even take your license from you. You will just mention your number to him they have these gadgets. They will put the number in, and then whenever your license is genuine, they allow you to go. Whenever it has expired or whenever it is fake, I think they will find you. So I think it is a step in the right direction. Our men in concerned drivers should exercise a little bit of patience, like I said. The government is resetting, and everything is being reset. So we should give them some time. We should give the DVLA some time to see the outcome in the near future.
Well, finally, just before you leave us, how do we enforce strict road safety and licensing regulations without turning commercial drivers into a source of unofficial and official revenue?
Well, I think our major problem in this country is as enforcement, like you just label out, you know. The laws are there, but the enforcement have been an issue. So I think the security service who are in charge of enforcing laws should up their game. And then, you know, Mr. Al, this is our people. It will be very difficult. You understand that we will drive without creating any problem. And then also, it also helps to reduce road crashes or road accidents. So for the police, commercial driver, and then the police, it is going to be in existence. Even the developed countries like America and the UK, the police are still working. It's just that for them, whenever you go arbitrary to the law, a camera will capture you, and then your bail will be sent to you. I think those are the simple things they normally does there. But in Ghana here, I think the police have to change you. That has been the only bad thing that we are talking about. But with the new LI, I think ACP Alexander Kwaku Abin and his men have done a tremendous work by introducing that new LI 2519, which is going to prevent the police from harassing transport operators on our various roads. This time around, it is only camera who is going to do their work for them. And then also, like I said, the license issue, gone are the days where the police stop you, will be asking you of your license. But this time around, the new LI speculates clear that the police has no authority to seize your license. So when the police arrest you, you just mention your license number to him or her, and then he uses the gadget to check. And then from there, whenever the license is fake or it has expired, that one the law is going to take its course. But whenever it is in good form, you are good to go without any harassment, without giving you notes that go and come for your license in the next few hours or in the next week or the next day. So I think the transportation system in Ghana gradually is moving in flying colors.
Now, moving in flying colors brings me to my final word with you that road safety enforcement be separated from revenue collection, because our checkpoints becoming more about collecting money or more than improving road safety in our various checkpoints.
Well, Mr. Like I said earlier, the new LI is coming to clear all those things. The extortion, like they stated in it, that is the wrongful extortion. It is not helping anybody. Do you understand? It is not helping anybody. And then in terms of the road safety awareness too, I think the National Road Safety Authority once again needs to up their game. And then the police service, the security service, who are in charge of enforcing laws, to also up their game. Do you understand? And in terms of the extortion, the money issue, revenue issues, I think the new LI is come to clear. So whenever you go arbitrary to the law, you are being fined. The camera captures you, and then the bill is being sent to the car owner or the driver on your phone. Do you understand? So this time around, I think it is going to be a different thing altogether as compared to previously, Mr. L.
All right. Thank you so much, Asunaba Nana Radio, for speaking with us this morning on MBN TV.
I'm very grateful.
We've been talking to the acting president of the Commercial Drivers Union, Ghana. What we have heard today points to a delicate balance between enforcement, affordability, and accountability. So what I can say is that drivers must take responsibility for keeping their document valid and their vehicles roadworthy. But government institutions too and lawmaking enforcement agencies must also operate with fairness, transparency, and professionalism. If the allegation of police extortions are substantiated, then they demand serious investigation and decisive action. At the same time, concerns about DVLA delinquency charges deserves a transparent review to determine whether the current system promotes compliance or creates additional hardship. Unfortunately, Ghana needs a transport system where drivers can comply with the law without being exploited, and passengers are protected and road safety regulations are enforced without fear or favor. The road belongs to all of us, and making it safer and fairer requires responsibility from drivers, passengers, regulators, and law enforcement alike. Thank you to Asunaba Nana Radio and to everyone who joined the conversation. Stay with Morning Focus on MBN TV. Let's wrap up the news paper headlines, and then we go for a break. Then the people will come and sit down. I call them the people. They will come and sit down and then do their conversation. We'll have a conversation with them. So just gone by. But you had a snubber.
Yes. Yesterday. I honestly haven't had time to go through the airline, but I've heard some of the things contain the fact that the police can no longer. You can see. You know, I sat here and I told you that brightly. It is even wrong for a police to sit in your car when it says. It's wrong for the police to say, "I'm taking your license." Your license, yes.
It's because people refuse to study and to learn.
To learn.
The right in the human right aspect of our democracy, we've not been able to unveil that aspect to our people. So I believe that with this new airline, all you can do is to take the number to show on your system.
And you know what Asunaba was saying? First, no, Udi Bonia post Echewa, Omoji Kakra, come. But right now, if the bill will be sent to you, when you pay, it is not going to the police. A buying coffers, and we need that money to develop the country.
Before they can even take you off the list, this is the bill. And these are little things we can do to increase our domestic revenue generation. I think it's a good thing. I mean, when Abaya Adeneya and the DSP who spearheaded this whole LI, I mean, fantastic, bravo. So you did Republic Press. No, we are done with that. I did the BNFT. I think we are on the Informer. Okay, so we do the Informer now, and then we go for a break. When we come back, so let's do the Informer, do some 1 or 2 papers, and then okay. So we go for our Okay, so let's do the Informer newspaper. The Informer have a Samuel Wuku deflects a Iyoko arrest rumor. Fisheries Commission cries out. Galamsey now attacking fish farmers.
And your crops on quality, we are going
to minorities squeeze gold board in $1.7 billion scandal. Baumia finds magic wand for his 2028 victory. Corruption fight stop. TI Ghana. Gold board exposed over Bower Rock. IB impacts on qualify as an aggregator. So those are the headlines on the Informer newspaper. That's the headlines are brought. So you can go behind the headlines and then figure it out. squeezing. You know, this matter has been going. If MCR that tape on a finger mark is going to be what scary.
Scary.
I love that word, scary.
Say the bill condition.
The bill condition. Yesterday we used it on the news focus. So if we could get those tapes for us for this morning focus to find out exactly what the minority is going to be scary.
It's scary.
Yeah. I can't wait to see that scary aspect of whatever they're talking about. But it's all boiled down to politics.
Yeah, politics.
Politics of the day. And corruption stuck in reverse gear. Again, I say corruption. Yeah. So let's take a listen to the minority leader, Alexander.
Say, Obi, akoye jumampo baby. Na sende iyoko for tata no. Iyoko for tata binum. Attorney General ye press conference osio. Obi mpo oye ayaban juma eka 5 million cedis. 3 million cedis. 10 million cedis. Yetumi frɛ wɔ iyoko na wakɔda hɔ na yɛse fa ejapade a asomboɔ for branch ya mobile na ne go ball for bill de abɛyɛ ho ti o me ba o we de sa 22 billion losses here almost gold board abokai ɛnɛ no ho bill ezika bɛn na yɛde bɛdi bill. Oh, we as said yet here. Yes, what we are phone, sir. Now, I shall one, sir. We are see I want said to me bound same. Nasa would the tata obia. Shen ye. And this phone MPP before Bocrono, MPP before Bocrono, MPP before to say, MPP before to say. Gold kaka munkotono. Gold, munkoton gold. Mokoboka 22 billion cedis. Afibako. Ya kan ya no mu visa mu didi atemo a. Na ya bohu. Na mu di eti ebubom.
Well, so that's the Osahene Alexander Afenyu-Markin. The position claims is based on a real financial loss issues. But the wedding gold board is running losses. Needs some important qualification for this. Anytime I read this thing, I just laugh because on August 18, 2026, minority leader, like you just heard him, is claiming that the gold board gold trading operations have generated losses of more than 1.2 billion US dollars and call for parliamentary probe. Now, if you look at the graphic reported the minority's allegation as a claim that gold board made 1.7 million losses gold trading. If you go there, you see it. There is also independent concern about the losses associated with the Bank of Ghana domestic gold purchase or gold for reserve program, where the IMF previously maintained that 214 million US dollars loss assessment, whilst the Bank of Ghana has acknowledged significant losses in the broader program. But the crucial distinction is here. Gold Board's own audited financial statement do not show Gold Board itself making a 4.5 million accounting losses. Gold Board published 2025 audited account report, revenue of 5.55 billion Ghana cedis, operational surplus of 909.7 million Ghana cedis, and overall surplus was 5.44 billion. That is the Gold Board's own audited. And its Q1 2026 financial statement revenue 187.32 million cedis, and expenditure of 72.04 million cedis. And net comprehensive income is 115.29 million. So if someone says simply Gold Board audited account show it is running at a loss, that would be misleading. Now, where the controversy comes in is here. The opposition is essentially arguing that the Gold Board related gold purchasing or the trading program is imposing much losses on the public sector, that's the Bank of Ghana, than the Gold Board's own income statement reveals.
Now, Gold Board management has consistently rejected the characterization, arguing that losses identified by the IMF or the Gold Board, the BOG, relate to the Bank of Ghana's Gold for Reserve and domestic gold purchase program, rather than the Gold Board's own financial performance. Now, interestingly, economists, I don't know whether you listen to Professor Pokin, also raised same concerns that Gold Board's operations are imposing significant losses on the Bank of Ghana's balance sheet, which means this is not simple an MPP NDC political argument. The question should be, is Gold Board running at a loss? That's the first question we should be asking. Or you could say Gold Board reported 5.44 billion Ghana cedis surplus. So where is the 1.7 billion losses coming from? This is a much stronger. You understand? Because yesterday I keep thinking through it. Throughout the night I was just thinking through it. Where is coming from the losses? But I'm trying to get a professor to speak with us maybe tomorrow or Friday to fine-tune ourselves and get somebody from the Bank of Ghana to also explain to us how these
things work. The most important thing is, of course,
it's really confusing.
Very confusing, because now there are two reports, right? As the IMF reports indicate that Gold Board was making losses. We also have the Auditor General's report for Gold Board for the year 2025, which actually indicate that Gold Board made profit, which shows an operational surplus of around 907 million Ghana cedis and overall surplus of 5.4 billion. So it is now, Sammy Gyamfi says that even the Auditor General's report indicates that Gold Board is making surplus. So that is a clear that is difference from what the IMF is saying.
Because the IMF says that now the real issue is not about Gold Board profitable as an institution within gold purchasing operations, are simultaneously also creating losses where else on the Bank of Ghana or the public balance sheets. This is where the problem is, because if Gold Board is buying, let's say 10 cedis, but when it comes to that say, it becomes 9 cedis because you want a buyer, but definitely the Bank of Ghana will be running in losses.
Yes, I get that.
This is where the dynamic is. Recently you heard Bank of Ghana said, okay, we're not going to have that transactions with you again. You run your thing, we do our thing, we buy our thing. So don't take money from us to go and buy and come and give us some price.
For me, look, this is good minority oversight. I like what the minority is.
So let's get to the
doing,
bottom of it.
except the sometimes personal things that come into it. But you see,
those are part of the.
I think that today the MD for Gold Board, Sammy Gyamfi, will be addressing through the government accountability series. He will be addressing the public.
And the way I want to watch that thing.
Yes, I think the minority has a duty, or not even the minority, Parliament has a duty to summon the MD for Gold Board so that they can ask him questions and then get answers. At least for that, he has to swear, an oath that whatever information he is giving to Parliament is the truth, is accurate. And so they should invite him, get him to answer questions so that, we'll clear our heads about this whole Gold Board and...
let me pick something on the Herald newspaper for you this morning. An interesting aspect. You heard of the AXA thing. Okay. Somebody says, I did not trip to
Turkey
to go and spend equipment.
Look, I listened to Amadou Sorogo, the former member of parliament for Medina. He was the chair of the committee at the time. And he said something that I didn't really think about. I think, was it 18 million? The amount of money is not 18 million. The amount of money that they claimed was shared by 18 members of that committee. I think, and he also said the fact that they are not technical people. Sorogo is not a technical person. Neither was Katie Hammond. So how could they have gone to Turkey to inspect
equipment?
That So that was why I was saying that probably. So I listened to Amadou Sorogo very well, and he said the way. So the interviewer asked him, but the way and manner in which Parliament, the committee accepted, AXA within a day approved, and he said because we were in crisis.
We're in crisis.
But being in crisis doesn't mean that
you should push everything.
Good.
Good.
So it could have been an oversight. They didn't even realize it. Yeah.
Think about it. And somebody took advantage.
Somebody took advantage over it.
Took advantage of.
And that in itself is irresponsibility should still be on them because you didn't do your work well. Amadou said a great job. I said, this is an insult. How could you tell us that 18 people shared that money? Oh, God.
So the Herald has this news that civil aviation hijacks meteorological agencies 50 million Ghana cedis not retooling since 1960. Danger to air safety. Oh, they should pay them. I mean, they should pay them. I mean, GACL should pay that money to them. To the since 1960. KTM denies Turkey trip for ASCA equipment inspection. Demand retraction. Neglect Dansuman Junction turns road safety hazard. Go there.
I passed that thing a few weeks ago. Oh, Charlie.
It's a disgrace.
Hey,
DC.
And your crowd, like who say in so takwanim. So if you are not, if you don't use that road often, now Kofawa Najwa. Charlie. Look, the place is a mess, Ankasa. Apart from the fact that that part of the road is not usable again, it is a health risk. Oh, Charlie.
Rose.
We are not talking about Jansuma Junction.
What I'm saying that
Oh.
I don't want to do this morning, but please, me ojuohe, owo bag, o fanchoni, o share go anu chumo. No aju. What you go do? Yeah, no koye. Me no yafi, and go see that road. It doesn't speak well of your outfit.
Bad.
It doesn't speak well on your outfit. Let's do the right thing. Let's save this country. Let's show leadership. Let's show it. Thank you. And that's it.
Fruit ripening chemicals.
Woman arrested over sale of unapproved fruit ripening chemical. Charlie, body and Guta move against fronting for foreign retailers. Black people are dodging. Here she can. Shall I do the searchlights and then let's go for a break and then start off?
Okay, the daily searchlight. Gold board execs will face Gold board executives. I think that's what it is. Will face harsher bails.
But you had
oh yeah. It's a policy bill in the year. I'm over GJA holds symposium today to mark 77th anniversary.
Yeah, I have to be there.
Yeah. So I think basically this is
the major story. All right, so we're going for our next break. When we come back, the man who speaks for the various parties will be joining us here on Sex. We have some more conversation coming. Please don't go away.
Yamawakwaba at the Bapem Sign group of companies, yea, and I de a guy herbal tonic edupano, ye de aba a German so, ye Dr. James Amwa, or no and woman who can yankopon nam the soa, in Ravodua, a ray brain we a digini pound quartana selo, or dinina abane name comoidie, a guy herbal tonic no como, and I a babedie, ye catonica, wow, when him that a moja drew. wo waso we no edamufu akra e na Dr. James Samuel esiesie a wode maye hia moja e woni padua nim se ye nom na emmo ne esiesie ni padua no emfa eman ti se wutie ye na umoja so ate na wonu mato na wontumi ndidi a ye kanfo agan herbal tonic no ene de amao nyankopon bo enuaba hodo bi no ode niema bi gumu eno ebo pa ema ni padua no enya moja bebre ebi te sabrofre wo ema ni padua no moja ya na ehia pa na wo de wa sabrofre na ye de kwan susa ede aka ho aka bom ede aye agan herbal tonic no ede amao onom amana siesie ni padua no na emoja no abebenti afi ni padua mu no asanso ba amani padua no aye kama enti se wutie yen na se enisobirie etai ewo so a ko na kwaje agan herbal tonic ne be na nom ebaboa wo na adekodie no aba ni padua ni mu no ama wani sobiri wo no a eno nti wo na mo na wo kwa afafa wo so we krasa wo nante na wo ye to ahye no ko na kwaje agan herbal tonic no ebaboa na esiesie ni padua no eno pani mojadura ekradie ni padua ne hia eno nti ye kan fo agan herbal tonic no ede amao na boa ama moja enso adoso so wutie yen na wo yo ba na wo kwa fitire ne moja tatu bebre na wankasa wo ye obure wie na wo feel se emoja no ewo mu ne so atia ko na kwaje agan herbal tonic ne be na no miniaba ebesiesie ama moja flu ni nyina ebesa ya babio ama ni padua no enso etumi esan etiesi yenum agan herbal tonic no ama na siesie ni padua no ede ama ye sanso asie no demo na ye ma ne so ye ni padua na ni aya kono na sanso aboa ye ama hofe no enso aye double ede ama ye agan herbal tonic na na ye kwa pharmacy shop and herbal shop na yakwakoto amani padua no moja bi ehia bia se wako hospital ami akato se eye anemia na achewa enhwe ba bia kona kwaje agan herbal tonic no eno pe ne kura niema ni padua ni hia eba boawo ama wonso uni padua no aye kama Shane Sumaye, Sapemsa group of companies, ye ni hospital bia, ewo be bia, eye no kwa, na ye to, iti sa wutie yen, na ye ni padua no, na mojari wom, na uhia mojadura, ko na kwaje agan herbal tonic, eba boao, na ma moja ni padua no, ehia, ye kase agan ya, bebia wo bia, na waje so se, etso se.
Hello, welcome to Serenity Haven Spa. This is your reminder to pause. At Serenity Haven Spa, we don't just do treatments, we create calm, premium spa experiences here in Accra. You deserve rest. Book your glow today. Here at Serenity Haven Spa, we provide services like massages, pedicure, manicure, body scrub, facial, waxing, acrylic nails with beautiful designs. We are located at Oyarifa. You can call or WhatsApp us on 054 163 9802. 054 163 9802. We can't wait to see you all. Bye.
Let me introduce you to Farm Global Company Limited. At Farm Global, we offer you variety of groceries and provisions to choose from. Cosmetics, perfumes, bed sheets, undies, boxes, you can mention all. This is our perfume stand, and we have variety of perfumes you can choose from for yourself and your loved ones. We cover Latapa, fragrance works, and quality perfumes that will last long on your body. On our cosmetic section, we have variety of lotions, creams, hair pomades that can keep you going. Let your feet do the talking and your hand do the showcasing. Your babies are not left out. We got you covered. At Farm Global, we make shopping a beautiful experience for you and your family. You can be at home, send your list and get it delivered for free. Yes, for free. We know you can pay for it, but we want to show appreciation. We bring everything to you at your doorstep. Locate Farm Global on the Nungwabuade Road, just opposite Redeemer Chemist. Call us on 0592 0999 52 or 050-384-3633. Farm Global, fast, reliable, and convenient.
MBN Jasuni from me a Jahima Sauba MBN Jasua from 0245 88 2128 MBN Jasu come home na yendi eja at the right place.
NIMOS is working very hard. We've seized excavators, we've seized Shamfan machines, and you drive them out of this area, they run to this other area. But we're making progress. Of the almost 49 forest reserves that were invaded, we've been able to clear as many of them as possible of illegal miners. Before, what we did was when we clear, we hand over to the Forestry Services Commission. But they don't fear the Forest Service. They go and drive the forest guards out and they go back into the mine. And so now we put a military detachment. After we clear the forest reserve, we leave a military detachment there. And that means we have to spend more money. One, you must feed the soldiers. You must provide them with the logistics to continue to stay there in the forest. But we will not give up. We'll continue the fight against illegal mining. But Upper East has a good potential, and mining can create jobs, but we need to make sure that these are formalized mines so that they can employ our young people to operate. A few years ago, Cardinal Mine opened in this area, and you should already see the number of people who are working in that particular mine. In Upper West, they have the Black Volta mine development coming up. There are several other areas that we can see the potential for proper mining so that it can produce more jobs for our young people. But our target is to formalize the mining activity so that we have a greater control over it than the current scattered illegal mining that takes place. The advantage with the Upper East region is most of the places where the gold is found in rock.
Sir, obi akoye adwuma mpo baby na sende iyokofo tata no iyokofo tata binum attorney general ye press conference osio obi mpo oye ayaban adwuma eka 5 million cedis 3 million cedis 10 million cedis yetum frɛ wo iyoko na wakoda ho na yesi fa ejapade a asumbo for branch ya mobile nene go bo for bill de abeye hu ti o mi ba o we de sa 22 billion losses here almost gold board abokai enya no bill ezika ben na ye de beji bill oh we as said de tie yes wo wi ofon sa na wa hwe won sa we as aye wo no se tumi ba won sem na se wo de tata obi a hweniye NDC for nam MPP for Bokrono MPP for Bokrono MPP 40 say MPP 40 say gold kaka mun koton no gold mun koton gold won ko boka 22 billion cedis afi baako ya kan ya no mu visa mu didi atemu a na ya bohu na mu di eti ebubom.
We wish to place before the party and the general public the key arrangements governing this election. The national executive elections are being organized pursuant to Article 10(2) of the party's constitution and other relevant provisions of the constitution as amended. The rules and arrangements we are announcing are therefore intended to provide a clear framework within which all aspirants, delegates, and stakeholders can participate in the process. Our overriding principle is simple. The rules must be known in advance, they must be applied fairly, and they must apply equally to everyone. I wish to draw particular attention to the election timetable. The process begins next week. From the 17th to the 22nd of August 2026 will be opening and closing of nominations. From the 23rd to the 27th of August will be for filing of nomination forms. The 31st of August to 3rd September will be for vetting of aspirants. On the 5th of September, which happens to be my birthday, we will publish the vetting results. On the 6th and 7th of September, will be open for appeals. 10th September, we expect the National Executive Committee and the National Council of the party who have the ultimate responsibility of approving these aspirants and the process will have a meeting to seal the deal. We hope to issue the notice of poll on the 14th of September. And on the 3rd of October 2026, the election proper will be held. We urge every prospective aspirant and stakeholder to take careful note of these dates. The committee intends to adhere to this timetable so that the party can...
Welcome back from the break. Are you still live on the morning focus? It's now time for us to turn our attention to another conversation. Now, this one I call it a convo. It's not a question and answer. We're going to have a conversation this morning representing the various parties. We're looking at the big question that has to do with that. Over the weekend, the MPP had its regional election. Can the new leaders rebuild trust and win back Ghanaians? Is what we want to go look at this morning. Having in studio all the way from the NDC fraternity, he speaks for the NDC. I have with me the man called Eugene Kweku Riafi. Everybody calls him Royal. He's the constituency deputy secretary at Blakoma South. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
You're looking good.
Thank you.
Is it because
Thank
your
you.
party's in power?
Because I'm taking good care of myself.
Taking good care of himself. I also have Emmanuel Ewa Atta, former TESCON UCC, University of Cape Coast Assistant Secretary, also with us this morning. Good morning, sir. Good morning. Good to have all of you here. And we're looking at, after the MPP regional election, can new leaders rebuild trust and win Ghana, the Ghanaians back? We'll look at that, but also dive into, you've heard various commentary from the presidency with regard to fighting the Galamsey, which has become our jihad, our terrorism, environmental terrorism that we are fighting as a nation. We'll be looking at that in a while. But the New Patriotic Party has completed another important stage of its internal reorganization with election of regional party executive. The new leadership now faces a much bigger challenge that simply running the party. They must help rebuild confidence among the party grassroots, address internal divisions, reconnect with voters ahead of the 2028 general election. The MPP has governed Ghana for a significant period, but its defeat in 2024 presidential election created questions about trust, economic management, internal cohesion, and its relationship with ordinary voters. The new regional executive therefore inherits an important responsibility. The question we're asking this morning is, can the new regional leadership transform the MPP from an opposition party, rebuilding itself into a credible alternative ready to win back power? Let me start, since it's an MPP thing, let me start with this. I mean, what does the MPP regional election tell us about the state of the party?
Oh, okay. Let me say a very good morning to your viewers. And then another good morning to His Excellency the President of the country. He's focused on delivering the mandate that the Ghanaian people has given him. Since I'm in Nungwa, I will also extend a very good morning to the chairman of NDC Nungwa constituency, Krowo, Mr. Danso. Yeah, good morning to you wherever you are.
Mr. Danso.
And then all your executives. You did a very good job in 2024, and we believe you continue doing that job. Before I come to the NPP, I think I have a comment on the GPRTU unfair charges that
on unfair charges,
because I've
also you had an interview.
Yes, please. And then I've experienced it, so I know. You see, normally it's the drivers on the road, those that ply, don't have stations. They do, but this time it is even the station from Odoko to Manhia. The fare is 7 cedi 50 pesos. But from 3 p.m. going, they charge 10 cedis at the station.
Is it because of the rush hour?
Oh, yes. Yes. So at the station. So the GPRTU chairman, you don't need the district assembly to help you in doing this. Just go to the station. They are doing it today. Today they will even do it. So please, that is on that. And when it comes to the NPP's regional elections, I would like to commend them for their elections, and then because this is the first time that the election looks peaceful, even though some constituencies did not get the opportunity to vote. In Greater Accra, about 3 constituencies did not get the opportunity to vote. And so I'll commend them all though. And looking at the executives that they've selected, I don't think there is any difference. From my personal observation, what I've seen is they just kicked out all the anti-Bawumia people from the executives, and then they brought in those that are supporting Dr. Bawumia. And this is what we said when they started the process by starting from the top to down. We just mentioned it, and then we said from what they are doing, per experience and per foresight, you will see that they will, whoever does not support the presidential candidate, you won't get a chance to lead the party at any level. And they started even at the branch level. So if you remember, you see branch members that demonstrated at their national office that their names has been taken from the album. Their constituency chairman was the only person that came up with the album and all sorts of stories. So I don't see any difference, because even in their party, they've not even gotten the trust from their party members. And then I would also like to say that looking at the kind of chairman they have for the regions, I respect Dr. Okoboy very much. He's an established doctor, no doubt about it. He's a good communicator. But I don't think he's best for the Greater Accra chairman because of this simple observation. Someone that was given a seat in the constituency in 2016, and then in 2020, he lost the seat with all the power. They were in power. He was a board member at Kolebu. And then they even made him minister so that he could regain the seat. He could not do anything. 2024, he came back, and then he couldn't win the seat again. So if someone that cannot even win a seat, a constituency seat, you've given him a whole region to manage, I don't think they are ready to get the Greater Accra region. But all we'll tell them is we need a formidable opposition to help us govern the country. They can be there for some time, about 12, 16, 20 more years, so that they can help us govern the country very well.
But you think, looking at the caliber of people that have been selected, you see, as like you said, they went into this election on a quiet. There was no acrimony, very smooth. A lot of people even didn't know that they were having an internal election. Just a few, those who really followed the proceedings. Would you say, does the NDC believe that the NPP has genuinely changed, looking at what happened over the weekend?
You see, the NPP is not a party that changes. They just change their color, and then when you give them the power, they show you their true colors. So they are presenting themselves like they've changed so that they earn the trust of Ghanaians. But that is not their trademark. They will not change. They don't have any change. And then better still, they will only change their names. They only change their names, and then there will be nothing. But what we are seeing is they are not ready for power because of the caliber of people that they have chosen. The caliber of people that they have chosen are, we can't see the political winning the confidence of Ghanaians like you are asking. The Ghanaian people want people that will be genuine with them, people that will speak the truth. And we know their leadership and then what they are capable of. So,
well, let me go to Ewa Acha. Ewa, good morning once again. Good morning. I mean, you saw your party over the weekend. They selected the 16 region. There are some who did not go. Those who went lost. It's only 2 old persons that were retained in the regional chairmanship positions. What went wrong with with your party's relationship with voters?
All right. So you're asking about pre-2020.
Yeah, and then the current things, have we seen some change, some wave of change, or the quiet going into the election?
All right, thank you very much once again for this opportunity to be here. let me begin by greeting distinguished viewers of this honorable television station. Now, let me begin by saying that, 2021, 2022, 2023 was a difficult year for the NPP. When COVID came, there were a whole lot of issues. The Russia-Ukraine war, which brought about a lot of shocks in the economy. But once again, when those shocks came, the former president, Akufo-Addo, did his best to keep the economy in shape for some very reasons which were above his authority and power. Some of the things in the economy began to be very difficult, which made the economy difficult. There were certain decisions that the party, after the election, realized that even though they were taking it in the interest of Ghanaians, it went on to hurt Ghanaians, and then Ghanaians were not for those decisions. And so I feel like we should have listened to the voters in some points, but we felt that no, we want to do it to help Ghanaians. So since it will help them, let us do it. What we failed to do was to listen to them, and that is what cost us. Just listening to them cost us. And then, we lost touch with the grassroots, and then we lost the 2024 election. So I think that, yes, not giving too much listening to the average Ghanaian during 2024 cost us that defeat.
Was it only to the Ghanaian people or to your own grassroots as well?
Well, my own grassroots, we all form part of Ghanaians. When certain decisions are taken and when certain things are not going on too well in the economy, we all feel the shock of it. But for we, members of the NPP who have been following the party, we understood the decisions that the president was taking at the time, and we saw that it was one in the good direction. Some way, somehow, in certain constituencies and regions too, we lost touch with our own grassroots because of some decisions that were taken by certain individuals. But I think that politics is still a ground for learning, and then we are in the learning mode. From the defeats we have learned.
Now, from the defeats you've learned, but now you have new regional chairmen who are going to spearhead the internal processes, the healing and stuff that will happen. What specifically will this new regional executive do differently compared to the previous executives?
Well, thank you very much. I am very happy that my good friend from the NDC acknowledged that we had a very peaceful election, and it should sound a caution, or it should be a caution to the NDC that we had a very successful regional election. In fact, just like you were saying, there were a lot of people who did not know that over the weekend the NPP was having regional elections. Aftermath of the elections, and we not have people coming out to complain about results, about the results being rigged or anything. That means that we have come to the point where we have understood that unity is very important in going forward as we want to win power in 2028. That thing that will bring us the power is unity. Another side of the story is that I am very happy about the regional executives who have been elected, specifically in certain regions. In the Greater Accra, where my friend here was trying to discredit Dr. Bernard Okuboy, trying to say that he lost his seat, he has lost his seat twice in the Lejokuku constituency, and so it's not fit to lead the Greater Accra regional NPP. That is false. Why is it false? It is false because every constituency has their own political dynamics. And if you take a look at the Lejokuku constituency, it is not a constituency that belongs to one party. Like you go to Mampong and it belongs to the NPP outright. You go to, let's say, Konkata-Manso, it belongs to the NDC outright. If Mampong NPP MP loses an election there, then we can have some doubt about the person. But in a constituency, which is a swing constituency, which until recently did not give anyone the opportunity to serve for 2 terms straight, no matter what you do, you are going to be to be taken out. Okay, and so for me, Dr. Okoboy losing that seat was not his fault. The dynamics in the constituency is such that you don't serve 2 times on a row. And losing the 2024 seat, you can't blame Dr. Bawumia. There were a lot of seats that belonged to the MPP that we lost. And it was as a result of, voter apathy on the side of Ghanaians who felt that, see, there are a lot of things that the NPP has done that has gone wrong with us. There are a lot of things and decisions that have been taken that we are not in favor of or we are not in support of, and so we must kick them out. Well, we understand the average Ghanaians. Let me let him know that Dr. Okoboy is going to bring us a lot of the seats that we lost in 2024 in the Greater Accra region. And I trust him. Just like he said, he's a well-established man. And I believe that together with the likes of Mr. Moses Abo, who is now the regional organizer, Benjamin again as the youth organizer, we are going to do some great job in Greater Accra in 2028. You go to a region like Central Region, which is one of the key deciders of elections in Ghana, because that region is a swing region. You now have Dr. Joseph Esibu, who is also a well-established strategist. Talk of all the qualities that you need to win an election. Dr. Joseph Esibu has it. And so I believe that in the Central Region in 2028, we are going to do well and take back a lot of the seats and as well win a lot of presidential votes from there. You go to Western Region. Now, I am very happy about the Western Region results. You see, Western Region for some time now has been a region that belonged to the NPP, and for over years we had most of our seats over there. But in 2024, we performed shambolically over there. We lost a lot of seats. In fact, I don't think we even have up to 5 seats in the Western Region. And a few days after the election, the former chairman for the Western Region NPP came to say he supervised one of the poorest elections in 2024, and hence he saw it better to step aside for the region to elect someone who would be fit to what? To grab out the seat in 2028. And for the chairman-elect, Mr. Ignatius Sefuipa, I also have that belief in him that he has done it before in his constituency, joining national campaign tours in 2016 where we won in 2020. He did a great job. He's going to transfer that into the Western region. And then to our bank, that's the Ashanti region, where you have Asanteman Kuka, Chairman Odinho Pekwapia. And I'm sitting here today and I'm saying that man, you see him, he does not talk a lot. Slow but sure. A strategist, a man who commands a lot of discipline, a man who commands a lot of respect. And I'm here to say that in 2028, NDC will not even get up to 600,000 votes in the Ashanti region, because we are going to connect back to the grassroots. We are going to have our people rally behind us. And in 2028, with this crop of regional executives that we have elected, we are going to win the 2028 elections to save time.
All right, but let me still stay with you. And you were asking the number of seats you have in the Western region. In the Western region, or the Western region, you have just 2 seats in the Western region, which you are claiming as one of your safe havens. But you have only 2 seats in the Western region. The Western North, you have only 1 seat in the Western North and in the Western regions of Ghana. Interesting. You want to say something before I ask him? I should move with you. I thought you were going to say something.
Oh, yes. So, you see, the fact that Ghanaians did not hear about their elections is because they've lost interest in the MPP. They don't care what the MPP, what they are, whether they are doing election or not. So if Ghanaians didn't hear about your election, it's not news. Number 2, he also said that all the qualities he mentioned about their chairman, all these people were in the party in 2028. All this, he mentioned Moses Abo. He was a youth organizer in 2024. And yesterday they performed poorly. So becoming the organizer.
He wasn't the person leader.
No, he was the regional youth organizer. And then you know that the elections were won based on youth and women. So if as youth organizer you can, so it's not about all the qualities he's mentioning. And then there is one thing I want to, you see, the NPP, that's why I said they can't change. Always they are shifting goalposts and changing stories. They came to tell us that they lost election not because of poor performance, but because their people did not go to vote. Today you are telling us it's because of COVID-19. You see, before Ghanaians will take you serious, what you will do is just humble yourself. Tell Ghanaians that we are sorry for mismanaging the economy. Stop mentioning COVID's name, because COVID did not only come to Ghana. COVID is a global pandemic. It was everywhere. So you can't use COVID for your abysmal loss. You did not perform well. Even before COVID came, you people were performing poorly. You remember the committee you made to you formed with Franklin Kujo so that you arrest the city. Way before COVID, the city was going beyond board. And so that made you form a committee, including Franklin Kujo and other economists, so that they will help you arrest the city. When you've come to tell us that it is Dr. Bawumia that it's only him that can arrest the city, you saw that, you realized before COVID-19 that it's not capable of arresting the city. And so you have to form a committee to come and help. So don't go there. Just accept the fact that you perform poorly in 2024. And looking at the caliber of executives you've elected and then the flag bearer, they are the same people that perform poorly. And so we should give you some time. We can give you 12, 16 to 20 years so that you prepare and then come back. Maybe by then a new generation will be around to see if maybe you've changed. Apart from that, if you go on with these stories of quality days, this person, his strategies, and what happened to all their strategies?
Well, what happened to their strategy? Coming to you, I mean, what issues do you think could make the NPP competitive again?
I think they have to be truthful. They should stop, because you see that kind of politics of misinforming the public, it's far gone, because now it is cheap and easy to get information. You can be anywhere that you get information. It's not like previously that it's very expensive and difficult to get. Now you can get information just by sitting with all your gadgets. You can ask and you will get. So what will make Ghanaians get trust in them is when they change their life itself.
What is their life?
Their life of politics of lies, politics of propaganda, twisting things to make.
But the NDC at a point has an office which is a propaganda office.
So the question you need to ask yourself is, what did they do with the office? And then what is propaganda? You see, we have a group of people that started propaganda even from inception of their party. You remember after Nkrumah came to see that, they are not as serious as he thought they were, and so he formed his party and won government. They started their propaganda with fake news. Nkrumah has brought Kankan Nyame to the castle. We read those things. They JJ time they gave same propaganda. President JJ, someone went to change their daughter and then JJ used bottle to shave the head, so he's a bad person. They've done over and over and over. So that is how they are. It's not about someone creating office, but let's look at what the person is saying. Is it true? Is it so? That is how we used to measure. Not that this person has a propaganda office, so they are good at propaganda. The fact is, let's look at their records. This is the record. Okay, does it fit propaganda? Yes, it does. So unless they change and then they become truthful to Ghanaians, they'll be where they are. And we are enjoying their propaganda, because who feels what the government is doing, at the end when they go to the box, they will show by voting for the government.
You'll show by voting for the government. Where you want to say something before I put my next conversation line on?
You see, I find it fascinating when the NDC think they are on top of their issue, they are on top of being, like they are on top of Ghanaians, and that they have that love from Ghanaians. Let me let them know, or let me prompt him that from 2020 election, the votes that the NDC had in the 2020 election, and the votes that the NDC had in the 2024 election to win the 2024 election was not even up to 200,000 votes. 200,000 votes difference. Even in the 2024, where there was a lot of voter apathy, a lot of people thought that Ghanaians were fed up with the NPP and they have performed so symbolically that they need us out of office. You only increase votes by 100,000 plus, which means that you didn't even increase significantly. Those people that went to vote for you in the 2020 election, it was only a few that came to add up for you to win the 2024. Talk about the voter turnout. A lot of people did not come out to vote for you. If you, NDC, thought that you are an option for Ghanaians so much, that Ghanaians needed you, why did the masses, a lot of the masses, why did they come out to come and vote for you? That should tell you something, that even in opposition, even after all the 24-hour economy you promised, which has now transferred into 24-hour market than nothing, a lot of people did not come and vote for you. It was only 100,000 more who came to vote for you from the 2020 election. And so let me let you know that even how they are performing now, cocoa and farmers are suffering, teachers, nurses, fuel going up and down. Galamsey did not even sold out to 2%. Meanwhile, Sam George, Honorable Sam George in the opposition came to tell us that if he had the power, the presidency could use 2 weeks military to solve Galamsey in 2 weeks. They have been in office for 2 years. What have they done about Galamsey? In Green Central, you hear some MCs even levying excavators and all that. And we know those people who are in NDC and are contributing to Galamsey. Meanwhile, they are there following and persecuting the NPP people. We are here. Our flag bearer, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, on one of his 10 tutors, told Ghanaians that, see, there were points that we didn't listen and we are sorry. He was saying that all we said we attribute to is COVID-19. All those were factors. What are you trying to tell me? Now, when the fuel prices increase, you are telling us that it is world market price. When cocoa market price reduced, you are telling us that the cocoa price has reduced because the world market price of cocoa has reduced. Let me let you know that in the history of Ghana, cocoa price, until their poor return, has never been reduced before. Meanwhile, market prices have reduced in certain years. And so you are not even able to protect the average cocoa farmer, and you think that you will be in power for 12 years. Let me let him know that in 2028 we will kick them out of office to save all the messes they are creating around.
Getting all the messes they are creating around, you can also send your voices, share your thoughts with us on 053-715-8638, 053-715-8638 via WhatsApp or SMS. You can share your thoughts with us. Hanging up this morning with Roya. That is how everybody calls him, Roya. All right, did I get it right?
Yes, please.
Why did they call you Roya?
That's the name I chose for myself.
Oh, yeah. It's not your mom.
From 1 Peter 2:9. Yes, sure.
Oh, Roya.
Okay, sure.
I see. So the man called himself Roya.
Sure.
And
now it is common, and then. So when I started social media, that's what I started using. So my name was so that's my social media name, and then political name.
Political name.
Sure.
Political name. So 053-715-8638 is the numbers. You can also join us, have a conversation with us this morning. I'm hanging out with a rep from the NDC, Ewa Atta, a former TESCON secretary from the University of Cape Coast. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Honorable Joe.
Honorable Joe from Tamale. Honorable Joe, if you could position yourself well, we're having difficulties hearing you, very difficult hearing you. So if you could reposition yourself and then call back, that will be fine for us. We can't hear a thing from you. So do us the honor by calling back, that will be fine with us. 053-715-8638 is the numbers. You can also join us this morning as we have a conversation with our various my two gentlemen in the studio. You wanted to react before?
Yeah, before the caller came. Yeah. So you see, they take glory in numbers, and you increase just by 100,000, or even if we increase by 50, and we won the election. At that time, the people were skeptical about our promises. But now that we are fulfilling the promises, those that are feeling it, they are coming to add up to the number that you are claiming that we increased by. So you sit there and then be giving stories. You said we've not done anything on Galamsey, and I said, so didn't he hear what the president was saying? You were here when it was played. Recovery of forest reserves that you gave to Galamsey because you gave to your people. Your own committee that you said came to tell us that party has so allow the people to do Galamsey. So you gave out the forest reserves like you are sharing your own property. And as we've recovered 9 forest reserves. Maybe you don't know. Let me tell you. We've recovered 9 forest reserves. And for you to see the improvement, it is based on the turbidity of the waters. As we speak now, as at 2025, River Tano, we've recovered 89%. It was from 139 NTU in 2024, in your time when you were doing Galamsey. Now it has reduced to 14, from 139 to 14. And you are sitting here that we've not done anything on Galamsey. So this is what I was saying about their politics of propaganda and lies. You see, so as for Galamsey, like I said, Ghanaians and those that are feeling the impact of what we are doing, in December 2028, when they go to the polls, just like President Kufuor advised in 2000, they will look at their life, the improvement in their life, the beneficiaries of the in Kukon Kitinkiti, they will see the improvement in their lives. The beneficiaries of Mahama Care, they will see the improvement in their lives, and then they will vote for the government to continue. You can go on and then continue with what you are doing, but we will know that we are focused on the mandate Ghanaians has given us, and we are achieving our promises. By the time it gets to 2024, you won't even get the boldness to come and sit here, because you know that when you come, there will be nothing else to say.
Let me simply kill one of his so-called facts here. You know, this is what the NDC do. They go around lying to average Ghanaians. This is what I have from CTF, the 18th May of this year. CTFM reported this. Residents resort to sachet water as Tano River pollution worsens. What is it here telling me that the River Tano stability has come down from the 2024 what we had? You see, you can't come and sit on the media and be telling lies to the average guy. And that is why I like it when he mentioned himself that information is very cheap now to get. I just Googled. You see, residents resort to sachet water as Tano River pollution worsens. The underlying word is worsens. So I find it fascinating when he's saying that stability of waters has reduced. What Ghanaians want to see is our waters becoming cleaner. Not telling us you are fighting. How can you tell us you are fighting?
Is it an event? Is it an event? Is it an event?
You tell us you are fighting Galamsey. Your own people are involved in Galamsey. When we were told that Alhaji Joseph Yamin and others were allegedly being involved in Galamsey and their issues were being investigated on, it's been over a year now. We've not heard anything again. It's been over a year now. We've not heard anything again. Meanwhile, when Mutumi gave his concession to someone to go and plant trees, as he said, the person went to mine. You guys have jailed the person. You guys have jailed him. Meanwhile, your own people are involved in Galamsey.
Is it the MDC that jail wants me, or is the law that taking its course?
We all know what our judicial system has become nowadays.
What has it become?
I mean, purely political.
So in your party's days, are you saying that those people that were involved were all political?
Oh, not at all.
It's not the law.
Not at all.
So what difference has this time around that when a person is being the law is taking its course, it becomes apolitical?
See, this current crop of judicial system we have in Ghana, even recently, there are lawyers that are on judicial vacation. They are on vacation and then they are not supposed to come take cases in court. Meanwhile, because of your own selfish interest and ambition, you want to go against that. Meanwhile, the history of lawyers are on vacation.
All right. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
I'm sorry. I've been calling you all the way from home. This is my third time. If you don't want us to call, we'll stop.
Who is this?
So is it clear now?
Your line wasn't clear. I asked you to reposition yourself and call back.
Yesterday I called and you cut me.
Don't get angry. We're working together. Don't get angry and come on air and start throwing tantrums at us, please. You can go ahead. Let's hear you.
For us to get pipe.
Let's hear you, Honorable Joe.
He's on the high.
Honorable Joe from Temali. Is he on the line? PCR, is he on the line? Put him through, let's go. Honorable Joe, let's listen to you.
Thank you very much. Yesterday you cut me off. I wasn't happy. Well, I was still advancing my point.
I cut you off. I don't control the phone here.
Okay. I'd like to contribute to the program.
We are listening to you, sir.
Yes. First of all, I will thank your panelists for doing a good job, especially the NDC man. He's speaking the truth. It doesn't matter whether it's favors his party or not. He's speaking the truth. You see, FPP has not learned their bitter lessons. What took them out of power? You see, the group of people they elected, for me, I don't see it to be anything good for Ghanaians. It's like pouring fresh wine into an old calabash. It's the same wine. And a decorated monkey is still a monkey. All their exits from Bawumia, His Excellency, to party organizer at the grassroots, all of them, for me, Ghanaians have lost trust and confidence in them. Let me first of all start with the flag bearer. His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Nanado, the former president, His Excellency, told us that Dr. Bawumia is an economic wizard. And that was why he brought him to change the narrative and made the economy better for Ghanaians to enjoy. When Bawumia came, under his watch, inflation rose up to 54.1%, which has never happened in this country. And call yourself an economist. Dr. Mahmoud, His Excellency, told us that when the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you. He condemned His Excellency John Mahama when he was in power, especially with the exchange rate. The dollar was rising up. But we had said when he comes to power, he will just make sure that everything will look okay. Then he told us that he has locked the dollar himself and gave the key to IGP. Before we realized the dollar increased astronomical, nobody could even catch up the dollar. But we may have to run away and never wanted to even talk about the economy. So I told us that they had competent people to make the economy, like Keno Folata, Osafo Mafo. What a management is, blah, blah, blah. All this is. So you still want to come. What message do you have for Ghanaians? That Ghanaians will have confidence in you and vote for you. Lastly on that, I would liken Bawumia to this. Bawumia is like sending pork to a Muslim-dominated community to sell. We all do understand that Muslims do not eat pork. Then you send somebody to go to a Muslim-dominated community to sell pork. You go there and say, I'm selling pork. Who will mind you? So Bawumia, I'm lacking into this. Ghanaians will never have confidence in. Thank you so much. May God bless us.
All right, thank you so much, Honorable Joe from the Northern Regional Capital, Tamale, joining us this morning on the Morning Focus. You can also give us a call, 0537158638 is the numbers. Send us a message, send us a SMS, short code 05371586 to us.
So please, you see, when we are talking about water turbidity level, you don't bring headline story of people buying sachet or resorting to sachet water. Does it change the fact that the turbidity level has reduced?
All right.
It doesn't change the fact.
Hold it. Let me attend to my viewers. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Say do.
Aha, Mr. Abutrewura said your moderation is here. The master years so called us, you know. What friend, Madame Fia, what friend, it is and yeah, the right to opposite two voices, you see, and yeah, impact woman. I mean, come as Chiao, that means Chiao producers and engineers and technicians, and NDC and MPP. I know my back stadium. I mean, Chair AB, BB Moro, I walk or Chiao. Mechi Abbas was sabote. Wako national deputy organizer. And champion Yahuza Susuhun organizer. I may come as a Musono. Ukraine Metise Kakalamse Assembly MPP for back. But I champion and moderator media. Come in percent and so for the Musa NDC for a question so. Because I didn't hear MPP for. Don't say I'm saying again that people in the Bema be West forest entering of the forest, island. I for the passe. And the MPP will be an say Adanku Bedada. Will be also who can say. Nama passe say forest no Munko tu Ebegu even Manga the money program of friend who find say Dr. Cassia. We hear you say. Uncle, if you more ban was Nanado. Uncle for ne too. Also, one of our munching into Omudinuko and someone town will ride. Now, the woman say, you better abano. In fact, you find that a galamsey show Musa bar. You say, be a year leak a Ukrao. Feed you to say, the mission wing. The galamsey, you betun in that etun what's now. Now, Mr. Madras is a movement in there. It was Chinese will be so on the Wabana fighting over so air fight here. That what you need the story, but I could be a year. Now, that's how we have brother, you know. If we have a forest, we can no more season in our bay night. A more Muka almost a night, the Azarakoba. I will Mugusu. Then I'm saying to Nanya, I am the Mukaso. Abandon we are Juma. Entina Galamse for the moderator. May my year be that. Nantes, may my Galamse were either. Come on, me a galam so mamma abanj mo kura me mpe. Ni ba this time. Omo fa banjuma. What is the car when you no fair? Oh ya banjuma yi. The champion fair we won for nya fi. E di nya kan ye hwede ye ya me de me pode ga me say aban no. Oja me ka say me mo opportunity. E fa aban nko okotire ni nkurofo ene omo ba mo amutu no. Omo mamu ni mu de fa say to say ye diabetes so ni e twasom. Naka o mai to mo se de bi ensuo ne de mo nyimra ha mo na yenhu de be ye na ye be ko na o mai dwane ha wo ko awia anapa de lam se ni wo be ko anajo ne ye bo nine enti e be ma ne ku na ye de me de me ye fa alternative se ne ye ka to zo muntu na akwa so ne ye ma o ye interestira if it enu mo beti na ye den aso problem no chance kitikiti na o ma saba kitikiti na o ma saba no enti me de MPP for de ukama no tum na mo de mo na mo be say bia forest na president ya president mo na do ga na finance mo because of o kasalansa na why we need power you know say abugina po on different forest no ono ka say dey we to me dey o ye no number ka president wa be gina say dey we to me nye boni bia na NPP communicator which when you say ubenya your friend say confidence akagalam say asamu say NDC enye Abraham de na mufisoso nyankopɔ enka mo no onye mu kase MPP from Mr. Why menua we are good, but Galamsey, they are when you move. They are not move for us to say into. I will come on your
Yeah, that's the same from Chelsea also joining us this morning. I also bet you, afraid you can also give us a call. I know our leaving there. Let's have a conversation with shipping. Your voices matters to me, and that is the most important thing. 053-715-8638. 053-715-8638. I'm here this morning with Ewa Atta, former TESCON Secretary of UCC, and also from Ablekuma South. Ablekuma South speaks for the NDC. Royal is also here with me this morning. Royal, let me find out this from you. I mean, we've all heard that you were saying something on stability before the callers started barging in. If we could finish that up, then I can ask you my next, then we start wrapping up.
Yeah, so I was saying that the fact that the people are resorting to sachet water does not mean that the turbidity level has decreased. The turbidity level.
As we have gotten to where we've gotten to as a nation.
So that is what the people brought. That is what the people we voted for. What they brought us. And now we are moving from there to a better place. It's a process. It's not an event. You can't say that one day we'll end Galamsey and then, because Galamsey is not a one-man problem. It's not a one-party problem. So it will take time. But when our friends start to do politics and then say that you are jailing, and it's not fair. So the fairness is state the facts. State the facts. And
good morning.
Fine morning.
Abi, Akwetia.
If I show I Abi.
Abi, uncle.
You, Mamin Chairman of Pay. I know a bigger for, and this in Mamin Chian pay ye. I mean, Chairman will do my also for me, Chiana. I mean, Chia, a honorable Tama Bibi, honorable David Akujimi, Chairman in a Meko National, Chia honorable Abbas, or quiet deputy organizer. Chia pa edu ho amonto abale boom efa ma no I mean chia mi nipa ba akope oh honorable Sedu chia pa oko deputy communication director mi chia no e wa chiase fo e ya amonto abane ma no boom efa ma ye ma mi kom asem so mi nuanu mo MPP fo ho e ya no mo kasa de bia me kan o enye sa propaganda we na ebe bo amu emu amu ne o china so kan ye nyina ye te ha me say film watch Galamsey nsem kwa de say mu yi manu film na NDC for ne Ghana for na to abama NDC for no mo ka ho asem na mo ba ya o man penikwa so de ne konya kura esi so anya eduma mo be say bibia poto so na 2016 mu wini ye no na ye nsu nsem na etesen NDC and the tumi mo mo ye Galamsey o mo ye sa we say mining work no so na nsu nsem nti se mo say no wo ma pen so a enye 2 years aye koi na mo de na mo ba ye na mo ntumi enfin wotwe no mo di solve ye gusu a ye na se yeso ye nkofo no ma ntu wa na mo ama na ntwa a mbi o man kasa so mbete ye nka nti ya ma o mo mre kakra nti ane de mo pe ba bi kura nhye ma me kwa afanyo maken se gold board aye be aboka ye rasami je fi ba bi bia wo nyame aso nje nka o mi tia wa no pe o tan hunu wa afanyo maken de wa nya no be ka se o ma aboka na ka janda 111 no masi me bisa wo sika na mo de ko ba amna $97 billion na mo de ko ba amna na ntimi nsi agenda 111 mo ankasa mo yi kandini na mo de ba ya 1 bono ma ye raba umia a 1 bono ma o de pualugu o to kwa ko sidam wo pualugu o sei sika he na o de ko ho o tumi wie wa nya hwe e wo ho a o to ba be chi den ono na o ye da dwen kase nyina woni ti na dollar na odigina sen dollar no digina sen ene onka ho asem abro amubedi o my Ghana enkokurafo sika mujiye enye mo aniwu nya mo fere obi eye na eduma ya pension no ni sika mutumi jiye ama ebikure wuwi ene kenoforata owahi na maame na oye kenoforata na be de chire na ne wanya anu de kasa na mbomu pa ensam ha o say sami gemfi aboka kenoforata na no obo be se na ojeje 10% maame no nka ho bi onim ene kenoforata wa hefa na ndisi fa nkofa kenoforata fa ebotira mba bu na account a yaso ye na wo mu obi ka and then people for no ma fenyo marking electricity cables. Oh boy, one custom shall mess and one cost electricity. Attorney General and I'm here. Attorney General and I'm here. We check out now some million fear 1 year do more day year in Fasudi, Kradiaba Gold Board or time who people to some money more yet. God for oil, need be someone about me. I could see saying, everything for God for oil, and I could see saying, I'll brony be yen chain the abine. Moya bro papa nagana for never again. No famo bapa wa crowd da. And you know, Montotomo pa namonco. Montotomo pasa nagana for whom. And then I'm more kekano. More cast here as a medium fee. That's a medium fee I'm betting one and there's all friend or then some better, more betting your womb. Yeah, you say Munshia de Kakra. Munshia de Kakra. Namonca Munaka, someone checking one casamo. I find your market bedroom when you no more MPs no more. He says, will be good party no so pass up as a coca about me or bed and film what to cry una anona omna median in Magic Anna. Or my penny and Adona or the neighbor. Omra on the Nina neighbor or mine almost 5K or mine. And that was all in bed. MPP Nakasamuni Mobile no position at never again. Muning Aminia Jumano pay.
Yes, yeah, I'll say from Akrisia also joining us this morning. I was getting reactions from you before the caller came through, so let me take a listen.
Yeah, well, so for me, I mean, I see my brother here, he's so happy from the comment, but we know that these are true and these people who are calling, even campaigning for their people, and these do not move us. And the fact that if you check the terrain of Ghana, I mean, most of the improvements and developments we have in Ghana came from the NPP. And so for me, we had our own challenges. Yes, I agree to that. But then, for me, our problem now, or what we are looking forward, is to retouch with the base, connect with our grassroots, try and get back the trust that we lost from the average Ghanaians, so that in 2020, I'm sure that we are going to come back to power, because the NDC is not doing anything better.
All right, hello, a very good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah,
you also have an offer fee.
The free was said in Western.
Okay.
Yes, you. Damas, medium, say a cat Ghana Asaya, a MPP for Nabesco. Mechanical to say, yes, sir. Your Ghana and not a young family. The Amoba and the first can beginning up. As you see, I'm not buying a castle or disease cannot do for mine. Now, heavy. You see, the castle anything to me with the player continue, but what you know, what can some look at me for a semi-young? Musumusi and people of Johnson, and a minimum council, Pepano, Edisica, the Quachena, Pepanian, let you say a bed and the subject war mining. You're not guaranteeing it. You can't guarantee any time you are talking about guarantee no more. Then you know, Galamseo. But you can't get in the past for AM. And then, MPP Bassino. She say a crown of Pato Galamseo. Baby, I mean, Casano. Every hawker can have bed in the panel, a new policy. Going to meet me by Sir Host Galamsea. Or mine a castle, almost for her, not in the world that one. Let me a sign for the plan, almost go on a baby. You are coaching to me. Yes, MPP for MP for you now, or home. Say, you Nippons are here, Monsieur Yan, and your man, MPP for Mohammed and Brother A. And the collector now, which is Monsieur Omobam with Yassian. Some bad Yassian. Nipa de wiesika anawaye obitika yekogia moche de you fa be dan asontia mrano mu ba omo cha chanso 2028 example man so muka na de do man wan say oba eyentu e ba ye becho oba me to me no NDC Mudika, MPP back, Omonchino. Omonchino, NDC. Example MPP for no, or insured NDC for we never take the example about what they can for more. You just the car, and you obey what the mass say.
Yes, yeah, that's say. Very soon I have to discharge my two gentlemen to be leaving us in a short while. It's been over an hour having a conversation with them. But let me go to Ewa. Ewa, let me ask: is can your party rebuild trust before 2028? And what should Ghanaians expect to see differently from the NPP between now and the next election?
Okay. The NPP, we are going to rebuild. It has begun. The rebuilding has already begun. We've done our flag bearer elections. We've done our constituency elections. We've done our regional elections, and then we have the national elections to do. So far, elections have been peaceful, right from the flag bearer election. There were some issues, but we've resolved it. We are trying to seal everything. Our constituency elections peaceful. We had a peaceful regional elections, and then on the 3rd of October, I'm sure we are equally going to have a peaceful national representative election. And the kind of peace that we are experiencing in the party is what brings us together. It's what we are sitting back, having a reflection, which we got into a point. We are trying to organize ourselves, mobilize our people together, and then march on forward to 2028. I saw an improvement when we had the demonstration we had at the democracy demonstration we had around the Supreme Court. We saw the kind of people and the number of people that came out to demonstrate against the democracy and the attack under the government. And so for me, on to 2028, by the time 2028 comes, we will bring ourselves together. And gaining the trust of Ghanaians is not very difficult for us because we've done a lot of good things in the lives of Ghanaians, ranging right from 2000 that we first won power till now. We had direct impact in the lives of the average Ghanaian. And so we believe that we only have to let them know that this is what we've done for you, and they have to come to the realization that, see, this is the kind of improvement that has come in the life of the average Ghanaian because of NPP policies. And myself, I'm a witness and a testament to the good things the NPP has done.
No, so should your party win power in 2029? I mean, what would the party do differently from what they did during their last administration?
Okay, so
just 1 minute on that, because I need to go to.
We are just going to listen. Because for me, prior to the 2024 election, there were a lot of things that we saw that in our own intelligence, these were things that were going to help Ghanaians, but Ghanaians had other views. So in 2020, when we grab power, by God's grace, we are going to do, we are going to be a much less than government than we have.
A much less than government than they have been. Now let me come to Roya, quite interesting. I need to let the two of you go, but my question to you before we wrap up is the NDC confident that its own performance can withstand a revitalized opposition?
So even the measurement they are using for revitalization, you see that it's even wrong. Looking at the number of people that show up at demonstrations, you cannot use that to say that your party is backend. The people voted against you for reasons, and the reasons are you didn't perform well. So long as our party is performing well, delivering on the mandate that Ghanaians give us, I don't think they have any chance of coming to power. But what I will entreat them to do is they should rather organize themselves well and then help us to govern the country, because the country belongs to all of us. So they should help us govern the country by telling us where we go wrong, where to correct. It's not about just using headlines to make news. And we've not gone into the gold board issue, but this morning, 11 a.m., we'll hear the side of the gold board. And then from there, we'll see, because I don't understand why two different institutions The fact that Gold Board is buying, Bank of Ghana is giving Gold Board money to buy gold. So you say that Gold Board has caused Bank of Ghana to incur loss. Even if Gold Board, without Gold Board, the Bank of Ghana will still buy the gold. Even without Gold Board, the Bank of Ghana will still buy the gold because it is part of their mandate to buy and then build up our reserve. So without the regulatory body, Gold Board that is regulating all the gold sales and those things, where are you going to buy the gold from? It means you buy it from illegal sources and those things. So let's thank God that the Gold Board has come and then is doing something right. Let's look at where the problem is, why the Bank of Ghana is making loss, and then we fix it. Even in your time, your gold for oil, when you even said we were doing gold for oil, you were still incurring loss. So let's sit down and then dialogue as nationals, see where the problem is coming from, and then solve it. In the bid to defend Wontumi, he said lawyers are on vacation, and then, please, my brother, lawyers don't go on vacation. And even judges, not all judges go on vacation. And the law that permits the High Court and the Supreme Court to go on vacation, that same law says that the Chief Justice has the power to designate certain courts to work even on vacation days. So you can't just come and use vacation, lawyers on vacation to defend Wontumi. Please, the court is doing their work just as they were doing their work yesterday. They are doing their work today independently, and tomorrow they will continue doing their work independently. Let's stop this attack of courts and putting things around them. If you have something against the court, what does the law say about it? Bring it and then let's go on. We will all support you. But if you use what your MPs are saying, it won't help you. The law is in plain black and white English. Article 47, Rule 79 states it. Even the vacation, there are exceptions to it. So you can't use that to defend what they are. Your lawyer that said is on vacation, Lawyer Thatcher. The vacation is supposed to start from 1st August. He filed bail for Wontumi on the 14th, on the 11th of August. A lawyer that is supposed to be on vacation. Please, let's stop this hypocrisy and then move the country on. Thank you very much.
Stopping this hypocrisy and moving the country on. You have only 30 seconds.
All right. I have one thing to say going on the national executive election outcome 10 October 2026. As the NPP needs to rebuild, the youth must be at the center of the rebuild.
Campaign manager.
We are not only the future of the NPP, but also the leaders of it today. We are the strength of the party today. We are the ones that are regional level, the constituencies, our electoral areas, and then at the grassroots, defending the ideals of the party. For me, I believe that going into the national executive elections, we need a national youth organizer that will listen to the voices of the youth, one who will be able to organize the youth continuously and also mobilize us for victory 2022. So my appeal to the delegates going to the national elections, let's also endorse Kwame Kukusiai, who is also
all right. When it finishes, you see my.
Oh yes. He has to pay. You pay
a bill.
Kwame Opoku has a lot of money. Kwame Opoku has a lot of money. You
do an advert for someone with permission. So now, by the time she gets that, she give. Yeah. Gentlemen, I want to say on the light, and I want to say a big thank you to all of you. Emmanuel Ewu Atta, a former TESCON UCC Assistant Secretary, Eugene Kweku Riafi, known as Royal, Constituency Deputy Secretary, Ablekuma South, for joining us this morning on the Morning Focus. It's a pleasure hanging out with all of you.
Thank you.
Have a good morning.
Thank you too.
Right, so we're going for a break. When we return, we'll pick some few messages that's coming up by Bernard Agbemo Energy, and then we'll say bye-bye to you.
years of God's goodness, 30 years of unwavering faithfulness, 30 years of transforming lives. This September, Maranatha Power Ministries International joyfully celebrates the 30th anniversary under the theme, The Impact of God's Goodness and Faithfulness, from Tuesday 1st to Sunday 6th September 2026. Be blessed by God's servant, Bishop Noble Francis Afote Odai, together with Reverend Mrs. Valerie Afote Odai, and anointed ministers from Ghana and around the world. Special guests include His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, Apostle General Samkwanchi Ankra, Bishop Dominic Alote, Bishop Itzaki, Apostle Medrod Brandt, Apostle Abraham Lamte, Dr. Skip Nichols, Prophetess Naksong Hanshel, and Prophet Richard Otro. The stage will come alive with anointed ministration from Perez Music, Akese Brempong, and the Maranatha Minstrel Choir. Come and experience powerful worship, inspiring messages, prophetic encounters, miracles, and heartfelt thanksgiving. Morning sections begins at 8 a.m., evening sections at 6 p.m., with a grand joint thanksgiving service on Sunday at 8 a.m. Venue, Maranatha Power Ministries International Church Auditorium behind Lekma Polyclinic, Nwa Adogono. For more information, call 055-284-1417 or 054-869-1122. Don't miss this historic celebration.
All right, so welcome back from the quick break and also having a conversation with the two gentlemen from the NDC and the MPP joining us this morning. We've come to the final stretch of the conversation, and this one is a message from Capito Gosso Meshia. Says, hey, now what is the stand of JDM and the NDC Gold Board? Ghana is not in good direction under this government. 2028, they will go to opposition regards to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, Honorable Mavis Howard Compson, Justin Frimpong Kodia, Richard Oti Abwaje, incoming MPP National Vice Chair. Hopeful it is possible. And this one is from Amma Jr. Says, happy birthday to an incredible MD. Okay, so that's an incredible MD. Today is her birthday. It says, to an incredible MD Gifty, thank you for your leadership and the way you lift everyone around you. Wishing you a year full of success, health, and joy from CEO of AQJ Prime Media. All right, so those are the few message that came in this morning. Maybe you can do some 1 or 2 calls in addition. So which me afraid say which me 1 or 2 calls. Yene abijafo ne didi nkomo ewie womoko enyesa enti Bernard nkomo twetwe ne ewie o me producers also say me news headlines no and me akebi wom enti say akebi wom dia there's a year train calls 1 2 3 bi no yembo so tew ma membo daily post gold must transform mining communities. Gold Board CEO declares Gold Board did not record 22 billion loss. Audited accounts show 5.4 billion surplus. Institute of Fiscal Policy Governance has a story, and it says Police Medina Assembly Task Force arrests woman for alleged sale of unapproved fruit ripening chemical. And now I'm going to go the Daily Post and also.
Nefa the Meridian.
Okay, and, Meridian.
Stories near Satnawaha, but the Constitution guarantees speedy trials for all cases, not selected ones. Benka tells Deputy AG, he himself a former Deputy AG. African governments must create dedicated flood fund. That is according to
the newspaper.
Meridian, the Meridian, yes. Okay. This is according to Dr. Ajiman. He is the MP for Ebuakwa South. And the big one here, Gold Board under fire. Minority demands accountability over massive losses. Just a little one here. The minority in Parliament has drawn attention to troubling revelations from the International Monetary Fund, IMF, regarding the domestic gold purchase program. According to the IMF's sixth and final review, this program initiated by the NDC government resulted in losses of 1.7 billion Ghana cedis, equivalent to 1.7 billion US dollars, equivalent to 22 billion Ghana cedis in 2025. That is also equivalent to approximately 1.5% of Ghana's GDP. You can get the key findings on the front page of the Meridian.
All right, so away from the Meridian newspaper, we jump straight because we got a few more minutes. Also, if you have anything to share with us, you can do that right away. And the number is 053-715-8638. Numbers na a good screen. So when you call, please lower the volume of it on your TV set. And this one is the point. The Guardian point has us is a mine may close, but the community must not. Government calls for sustainable mining. Right, I love that word. A mine may close, but the community may not. Love that. The government chair Ni Teko Chulu the second there. The government calls for sustainable mining. Minority questions Gold Board 22 billion Ghana cedis losses. You cannot trade gold and make losses. Let's fight Galamsey by partisanly. It's a canker eating Ghana alive. Julius Deborah. Gold Board did not record 22 billion loss. Audited accounts show 5.44 billion surplus. Fiscal Policy Institute. 62 Ghanaians killed, 15 missing in Russia-Ukraine war. Foreign Minister Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa.
Very troubling.
Yeah.
The Inquisitor says, aftermath of Ashanti NPP elections, Dr. Ayiwe Friye represents hypocrisy as his call for unity sparks anger. Has a picture of the new chairman, Odenihu Kwikwapia, aka Koka, and Dr. Nana Ayiwe Friye. Mahama announces strategy to keep Galamseyers out of reclaimed forest reserves. Has a picture of the president. Stories on pages 3 and 4. Gold Board makes XRF mandatory for gold purchase from September 1, 2026. And the final one I will take. Sorry, flares Dame over legal vacation remarks. That is Tadio Sorry, the private legal practitioner. Stories on the front page of the Inquisitor.
The Daily Banner has the stories attempts to neutralize Boss Energies as powerful DVCs lobby NPA to build regional depot. Gold Board must account $1.7 billion gold trading losses minority. MPP focus is 2028 election victory. Baumia. Free SHS North Council. GES.
The Supreme newspaper. No talent left behind. Ghana. And Hui Chamber donates, am I pronouncing it correct? Chamber donates 2,120 sports items to Power Constituency Games. Right. That is on page 4. Dr. Kingsley Ajiman speaks to the BBC, calls for dedicated fund to tackle Africa's growing flood risk. MP for Ebuakwa South and former head of the scholarship secretariat. Ghana must take charge of its mineral resources. Professor Michael Okwe is here, former Speaker of Ghana's Parliament. Baumia lists all potential NDC candidates in new APL poll. Okay, Minerals Commission opens Daman District Office to deepen decentralized mining. King Wilenchi III Foundation equips Nungwa youth with vocational skills. The big one here, don't use your numbers to block a probe into Gold Board losses. Apenyo to NDC majority.
But the New Crusading Guide has similar story about the the 22 billion gold loss being claimed by the minority, led by its leader, demanding from Parliament. Dr. Ajay pushes for funds to fight African floods. Nana Bringing wins MPP Germany chairmanship by landslide, pledges to unite branch for Bawumia victory in 2028. 2028 presidential race, Bawumia leads every NDC challenger, survey reveals. Mahama turns gold into forex game changer, Eduji Termaclo. Andre Ayew backs grassroots sports. It was at the Volta region of the weekend, and over 50 MPP constituency chairpersons, key stakeholders, group pick nomination forms for Wachi Ejako. New Crusading Guide.
All right, the daily analyst is here. The GDA's symposium to mark 77th anniversary is captured here. Dr. Kingsley Ajiman calling for funds to tackle flood is also here. There's news. Former BOG governor, this one came in yesterday. Governor Nessa Addison appointed senior research fellow at Harvard. Gold Board moves to restore polluted water bodies, funds rehabilitation of 3 water treatment plants. Minority fires Gold Board over alleged 22 billion loss. Mining accountability, GJA to lead, this is a good one, GJA to lead nationwide assessment of Galamsey fights. Stories on the front page of the Daily Analyst.
Now let's do the Ghanaian Times. Ban Abobo yes from highway.
I support with 100 banks of cement.
Gepa Guta agrees measures to protect local traders. Oil output raises after years of decline. So the rises of the oil outputs bring some refreshing news, right? So output rises after years of decline. That's also there on the Ghanaian Times. And then the Gold Board thing is also there. Minority demands answers. The Ghanaian Times.
The Daily Gist, also Gold Board and Sami Jemfi captured here. Koka Kokofu smoke peace pipe after NPP Ashanti elections. Musa Dankwa grabs juicy contract from government.
He says it's not so soft.
Yeah, so Musa is on the front page of the Daily Gist. Bawumia leads all tested NDC rivals in new APL 2028 election poll. Deputy AG Defense Yoko probe of AXA bribery scandal. Young cocoa farmers petition Mahama over 2026-2027 season uncertainty. Edu Buahen trial, 49 million Ghana cedis trial. Lawyers slam same side for misrepresenting evidence. Stories on the front page of the Daily Gist.
Well, if you look at the Daily Statement, it has almost the same stories that are running through all the newspapers. The only one has to do with Mustafa Abdul Hamid to deliver the DI 2026 Liberty Lecture on religious tolerance in Ghana. I think that's the only.
I will listen to that. Yeah, and the PCG.
And the PCG calls for uncompromising fight against Galamsey.
Nice one.
A leading story on the Daily Statesman.
Daily Guide. Over 50 constituency chairmen back Ejakun. Yesterday, he picked his nomination form led by the former member of parliament for Ayaso West Wugon, Lydia, and that is a sister-in-law. Treat mining communities as development partners, not landowners. Respond to Kweu Kingmaker's petition, Shraj to Eugene Asante Bwedi. Minority and Gold Board story is also captured here. Yeah, that's it for the Daily Guide.
I think that the Metro Lens also have the similar stories there. Bawumia, the polls, the GDA symposium. President Mahama turns Ghana's gold wealth into a new forest strategy with a Dumaji story. African Leaf Flat. I think almost the same thing as Dr. Kingsley said, the BBC story there. The Chronicle gold import.
Yeah, Chronicle, same thing. Story. Yeah.
Running through all.
Publisher, same thing.
Well, let's wrap up. Since it's almost the same thing, let's wrap it up. Any other thing you want to say? And then I'll do my... Okay, let me do my birthday and come back to you.
Okay.
Let me do the birthdays. This one is a birthday. This one is... the first one is Samuel Ofori Atta. Samuel Ofuriata. It's a happy birthday. Wishing you a beautiful year filled with joy, blessings, and good health. May all your heart desires come to pass. Happy birthday to you, Samuel Atta. And this one, happy birthday to Millicent Efwa Bedua from Mr. Roland Bach. Yeah, Efwa celebrating her birthday today. Wishing you the best of the new year. With all our birthday celebrants, we wish you good health, long life, and what? Plenty
money. Money. So that I come and sponsor the show.
That's it. Money. Right. Closing comments.
Yes, I want to thank our viewers and listeners, especially those who called, sent text messages to keep interactive as always, and our two gentlemen who just completed their session.
The CNMPP.
Yeah.
Roya and Atta.
Yeah, they were very articulate. I think the future of both parties are great. So my concluding comments, I'll do that in 30 seconds to 1 minute. We understand that the DVLA is mounting checkpoints to inspect vehicles and all of that.
We had a conversation with Asunaba on this with this delinquency matter and extortion from the police by the Concerned Drivers Association.
Absolutely.
We'll smoke peace.
Absolutely. And one thing, in order to keep the road safe and vehicles safe for people, I heard DVL official, Nikwe, saying that some of those private vehicle testing centers don't even see the vehicles, yet they give the stickers. This is something. Look, you are the head of DVLA now. So if you have identified this problem, this is a problem I identified in my work. Deal with it. How do we deal with it? To make sure that before a vehicle will have that roadworthy sticker, it must indeed be roadworthy, crash-worthy, so that when there's an accident, people not die. When a vehicle is crash worthy, the severity of the accident can be minimized so that people will not be injured and die. So yes, Mr. Nico, you are doing a good job, but I think with this one you can do better. Yeah.
And that brings us to the end of another edition of the Morning Focus on MBN TV. This morning we have looked beyond the headlines, confronted some of the issues shaping our country, from Ghana's public debt and economy to environmental protection, the state of our public service, the future of our public universities, the MPP efforts to rebuild trust following 8th regional election. We've also had concerns from commercial drivers about DVLA delinquency charges and alleged police extortion, reminding us that governance is not only about policy and statistics, it is also about how ordinary Ghanaians experiences the system every single day. And as we continue with the national conversation on our environment, one message remains clear: the cost of destroying our rivers, the wetland and the forest today will ultimately be paid by a future generation. But the conversation does not end here. Keep thinking, keep questioning, keep demanding accountability. And that is importantly, keep believing that Ghana can do better. Thank you for joining me and Bernard Eduji Agbemo. Is that it?
Yeah.
Agbemo Eduji. And the entire team this morning, I am El Samuels and I co-hosted it with. Have a productive, a peaceful, and a purposeful day. This has been the Morning Focus on MBN TV. Your voice, your issues, your Ghana.